Yeah, I know. Sorry about the late start. I can't remember the last time close family I was so important to him on Sundays. It's hard to get away. I tell you what, it's going to be ironed out as soon as the regular season gets underway, though. Believe that. Anyway, players still. How you doing tonight, fam? You okay? Yeah, okay. Good. East Coast, if you're still hanging out, I want to again apologize to you. But players to watch closely versus the Vikings coming up next week. As you know, the 49ers are going to have collaboration workout with them. And after the Niners versus Packers preseason game opener, a lot of observations have been made and were made by many. There were a number of players that stood out in the first game versus another NFL team on this young season. Overall, Coach Shanahan had nothing but good things to say about his new kids on the block. I know, don't break out singing, Ron. Tonight, after going over some of the details of Coach Shanahan's post-game conference that he did, well, it's the following day, I should call it, we'll go to the phones for your response, and, as well as today's workout, which was it was unpadded and probably kind of informal. Oh, and after Friday night's game with the Packers, did you see that headline, huh? The now Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill, he had good things to say about rookie cornerback Samuel Womack, who could be seen patrolling the defensive airways wearing number 26. He gave him a shout-out on Twitter while he was watching San Francisco defeat the Packers 28-21 in that preseason opener. The tweet read, at Cheetah, 26 from the Niners. Nice. Ooh. Womack must have captured the attention of Cheetah by intercepting 2 Jordan Love passes at Levi's Stadium. On his first pick, Womack wrestled Packers receiver Romeo Doubs for the football as both players fell to the dirt. It was originally called a reception for Doubs before Kyle Shanahan said, "No, I don't think so," and threw the flag. The coach was right. The call was reversed, but Womack wasn't even finished. Mrs. Womack's baby boy got his hands on another Love pass in the second quarter when he targeted receiver Amari Rodgers over the middle 3rd and 9, and the Packers won't be getting rid of Aaron Rodgers anytime soon if they got to rely on Jordan Love. You know, he looked a little weird out there to me. I don't know if he just didn't look like he was into it, really. It was strange. So the 49ers said, "Well, you don't feel like playing, we'll just beat your ass." Too easy. Way too easy. And congrats to J-Dub. Jimmy Ward has been voted the 96th best player in the NFL by his peers on a poll conducted by the NFL Network. J-Dub was featured today on the top 100 players of 2022, which Unveiled Players ranks numbers 100 to 51. The countdown will continue next Sunday with numbers 50 to 31 at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Then numbers 30 to 21 at 8 p.m. Pacific time, and conclude with a 3-hour finale on Sunday. That's August 28th, revealing the top 20 players starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we'll find out and get mad who the number one player is. Who's going to be the number one player? I know, Aaron Donald. Wasn't Donald the number one guy last year too? Damn it. Anyway. I wanted to talk to you about Coach Shanahan's comments from yesterday's postgame pressers. Kyle Shanahan had a chance to watch the film from Friday night's 28-21 win over the Packers. It was an opportunity for a lot of young players to display what they could bring to the table and as to whether we could put them on the team or not. But more importantly, it was a chance for them to gain valuable experience out there, which they're going to need no matter what happens to them going forward. T. Lance, the Niners starters, finished tonight 4 of 5 for 92 yards, a TD, and a perfect passer rating of 158.3. He was among the highest graded 49er players by PFF after reviewing the film. Shanahan said that as his evaluation of Trey wasn't much different from what he said last night, which was, quote, he did a good job, didn't have any bad plays, was consistent on what he did, and it was a good first outing for him, unquote. And rookie cornerback Samuel Womack, as I just mentioned, finished the game with the team's highest PFF. Great help by his team, leading 2 INTs. Shanahan said this about Womack, quote, "We felt him out there with those picks and stuff, And I thought he did a real good job in his coverage, too. I mean, his pick over the middle, I thought was best. Just the coverage that he had on it. The second one, just for him to keep fighting and be able to come down with it, I think that was the first one. But yeah, he had a good first outing. He's got to clean up some stuff. Coach's always got to say, you cannot say, I'm so pleased that dude could start right now today. You can't say anything like that, right? So he's got to clean some stuff up and continue improving in the run game and some pass game stuff. But he had a good first game. Yeah, as a wide receiver, you do indeed have to help. Samuel, work on that. You got to stop the run. You're going to be like key in a lot of situations, especially playing out of the slot. And then there was Trey Sermon. T. Sermon is working to prove himself after only 41 carries during his rookie campaign. Sermon is competing in a talented running back room, as you know. Coach Shanahan shared this about Trey. Quote, I was real happy with Trey. No, that's what he said. I was real happy with Trey. Not just happy, he was real happy with Trey. There's things we wanted him to improve on from last year. He's shown that in training camp every single day that he's gotten the opportunity to, and I thought he did the same thing last night. I didn't think he had any really good looks that he should have gotten more on, but he didn't hesitate. He hit the hole hard, and I thought he did a really good job with his opportunities. I got to say, I did have a problem with Trey doing the boogie in the hole. Bam! I said, Trey, man, get your stupid. If you see the crease, then hit it. And you don't have enough time to make decisions on other creases. Just go. So, he stopped with that, kind of. I saw him jiggle a little bit, but not much. So I'm going to give him that. To add more perspective, the Niners closed out Friday night with 32 carries for 116 yards, giving them a 3.6 yard per carry average. But it was JaMychal Hasty and T. Davis Price led the group with 36 yards each. And Coach Shanahan did admit there were mistakes made on the field, but thought the group did a decent job, unquote, in the run game. Here's the thing, fam. We can't really be, and I'm withdrawing any comments negative I might have said during the course of the game about Trey Sermon. Because another good point is we have to stay aware of the fact that the ground game also cannot be at its full potential without the starting offensive line on the field. Anyway, Trent Williams sat out the game. Mike McGlinchey was only seen on the field for one series. As the interior of the offensive starts to become solidified, the run game should also start to become a little more productive. Sermon and the entire running backs group will benefit from that, of course. So, the jury should probably stay out on this for a while longer. But that just means, here's the thing. That just means to me this. If all things stay equal and the same, unless T. Sermon can take a step up, he'll continue to look less than both Hasty and TDP unless we see something dramatic happen between now and opening day. This is just my. I hope he does better, and I hope he gets. He's a third-round pick. He's out of a school that's famous for football. I hope he does get ahead of him. But as for right now, from what I've seen, even if you change the offensive line, they get better. I don't know why Hasty and TDP would struggle behind Sermon. So I'm hoping he does better. After the game, T. Sermon shared he had not yet reached his potential. As he is quoted saying after the game, could have done a little bit more. I feel like it was an okay night. He should never have said that. Don't even. Trey, you should say things like, yeah, I got some work to do, but I'll get it done. Something like that. Yeah, I know you cannot say, I felt like it was an okay night. It wasn't an okay night. He goes on to say, I definitely could have done better. Yeah, I just feel like I have a chip on my shoulder, and that's just my mentality, unquote. All right, let's just root for Trey Sermon and hope he does better next time, which will be next week, next Saturday. Sermon will have more opportunities to show he is capable of being the lead back for the 49ers while Elijah Mitchell nurses a hamstring injury and Jeff Wilson Jr. is excused for a personal matter. Sermon likely will be running with the ones in team drills for a bit. Coach Shanahan also liked what he saw from his two guards. Most of us were smiling about that. Somebody said something during the game about Aaron Banks, who I didn't really pay much attention to. I did like, but Burford seems very athletic out there, and I kind of like the way he moves around. So I kept focusing on one side, because things are happening so quick, especially it depends on how big your screen is. You can't really see everything that's going on. You got to find your spots. But Coach Shanahan also liked what he saw from his two guards. Second year, Aaron Banks and rookie Spencer Burford each has an opportunity to start this season. Coach said about the two big burly dudes, quote, it was good to play them a bunch because they both need it. We kept Burford in there a little longer because he's a little less experienced. They need these 3 games, but I thought they showed out there why we believe in them, and we're real excited about them. Hopefully, it will get better each week here up to week 1. Unquote. Yeah. Any positives I hear from the offensive line is going to be all excitement. I already know the players on the offense here. Wherever they're at, they're gonna move up a notch. Practice did resume today, and according to the media reports, the 49ers passing game didn't carry over momentum from the preseason opener from Friday to the practice field today. T. Lance took all 23 snaps during the team's short and non-padded practice. And as has been the case for most of the training camp, the defense kind of beat him up. After throwing back-to-back touchdown passes of 8 yards apiece to George Kittle and Trey Sermon, the passing game then went south from there for the remainder of practice. Lance completed only 2 of his final 10 pass attempts, a stretch that began when Fred the Menace Warner intercepted one of TL's passes after it was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Among his incomplete passes were a play on which a linebacker, Aziz Al-Shar, broke up a throw intended for Kittle. What is with Kyle Shanahan's offense and how linebackers can really beat it up? This goes back a while, too. Well, that's something. Keep an eye on that, okay? Why is it linebackers can really work us? Is it because of the routes that we're asking our people to run? Practice concluded with another throw that was batted down at the line of scrimmage, but, let's just be real here. The Niners' first unit defense versus the Packers is going to have to look a little bit different anyway, right? So no real surprise here, really. I suspect that this is good, actually. This is going to make the offense is probably eventually going to come around in a minute. Lance completed 4 of 5 pass attempts in the 49ers' 28-21 victory. That tells me something right there. 92 yards, including a 76-yarder to Danny Gray. Nate Sudfeld into the game after Lance and completed 8 of 11 attempts for 103 yards with a 39-yard TD pass to Ray McLeod. Okay. Then Brock Purdy continued the party by finishing the game with 3 completions and 6 attempts for 36 yards with a 5-yard pass to Tanner Hudson. He didn't even finish at that. Brock went ahead and got jiggy with it and connected with Keyshawn Johnson for 2-point conversion too. So you say that was a Packers players that are trying to make the team, probably as people like to say every year. Man, all them do is be pumping gas in a couple of weeks. They don't pump gas anymore. We need to stop using that. You can go into a station now and everything's kind of automated, but that is the message there. I'm hoping if you pull the league's top defense off of our guys, they'll be fine. And as the season goes by, we'll finally stop being schooled by the defense. This education should continue. I mean, I don't want it to look that way going into week 1, though. And that leaves only a couple of weeks. But the defense is legit, fam. They're going to make it tough for everybody. The Niners will return to practice tomorrow before heading to Minnie, where they'll conduct joint practices against the Vikings coming up on Wednesdays and Thursday. All right? So there you go. Let's see. I set this up this time so it won't be all tangled up. Let's see if I got it right. Was that Kinlaw had that deflection? Yes, Kinlaw is fired up. I'm glad to see it. Kinlaw is key on our defense. Because remember one thing, fam. No matter what, if the defense is making the other offenses just turn to milk, we got this. No matter what else, we got it. Now, let me go to the phone. I'll say, yo, 530. Hello. Area code 530. Hello. Hello, 530. Hello. All right, let's go back to 530.
Ronbo.
Yeah, there he is. Hello, who is this?
Hey, Ronbo, what's crack-a-lagging?
Wait a minute, I've heard this voice. I heard that kind of rhetoric. Who is this?
Hey, it's one of your fan favorites, Russell York, sir. How you doing?
Russ. I remember learning from you. Oh, Russ, it's been a long time. Good to hear from you, Russell. Doing great, man.
You said a different name though. You said a different name, and then like I don't even know why, but I was just like,
No, I just called you area code because there was no name, there's no ID. It was just an area code.
I heard you say something like, what did you say before that? You said 49 something, and I was like, I was just politely waiting, and I didn't hear that, so I apologize for 1 second. So,
Russell,
hey, I'm glad I got a chance to
I'm gonna put your name down, so next time I see 5:30, we'll be ready. I'm sorry. Okay.
No worries. How you doing, Mr. Ronbo?
Russell, man, I'm loving it, man. We're going into the season now with a doomsday defense, making our offense look like they're probably making them look worse than they might be. I got a feeling our offense from that Packers game is more the picture than what we're seeing in practice. Our defensive practice is just brutal. And Fred Warner just lost his mind out there. But you know what? Russ, give me your perspective on what's going on. J-Dub is now one of the top 100 players in the NFL. And Samuel Womack is getting tweets from guys like Tyreek Hill. Oh man, what are you thinking?
Womack looked amazing. I just hope that's not just a fluke. I did have a question or two as far as a couple of things for you real quick, because I know you got tons of people, so I won't keep you too long. If you didn't mind, I wanted to ask you a quick question or two though. First question: what the heck is everyone talking about? JaMychal Hasty had some weird play where like he stepped out of bounds with the wrong foot or some weird thing. Like, I never did catch it, but I heard a lot of people talk about it. You got any clue what people are saying?
As I recollect, I don't remember any JaMychal Hasty plays on the sidelines. I remember the Packers.
It might not be him. I thought it was Hasty, but something about like he was running and then he stepped out of bounds, but he stepped with the wrong foot. And if he wouldn't have done that, he had a chance to break something crazy. Or that's the best of the gist I got of it. That's all I know.
You know what? I think we're talking about the speech.
I think I heard Chapman say it, but I'm not sure. That's why I was curious, because I wanted to know what the heck everyone was talking about.
They might be talking about Danny Gray. Gray, he fully extended, though, and it took him out of bounds. You know what? I'd have to go back and look at that game again. Chad, if you know about anybody in our offense that stepped out with the wrong foot, but you know something about Russell.
And then speaking of Danny Gray, you hit the nail on the head. You took away my little. I always usually try to write down like a thing or two, so that way when you talk to me, I don't sound like an idiot. Just be like And I was gonna say, man, Sudfeld and Purdy, man, they sure looked amazing. Like just the way they came in and just threw those dimes. I mean, like Purdy, he kind of reminded me like a Joe Montana. I'm not saying he was by no means, but just he didn't have that super killer strong arm, But he kind of knew how to place it where he needed it to be. I mean, I don't know if that's going to translate to being a superstar or not, but I mean, they both looked awesome. I love seeing the accuracy and just they got it where they needed to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what's so funny? You mentioned that, Russ. During the game, NFL Network, they flashed Joe Montana, and that's what they were thinking too. They flashed a scene with Joe Montana going to Dwight Clark and how Joe's dancing around, dancing around until he got. And then he threw it. I said, wait a minute, take that down, guys. You're going too far with that. I like it, but don't do that. you got to. Joe's got to have a certain amount of respect. You can see similarities, but go ahead.
Last year, real quick, I say I'm so glad we got Debo. That's awesome. I know he didn't play, but man, to get him back come game time, that guy's a stud. So I'm glad we got a chance to get him back. And then last thing, Ronbo, I'll let you go. I was gonna say, you know what happened to our first pick, second rounder Drake Jackson? Like I heard he got a little hurt, but it's probably something not too much to worry about.
No, he was working out today. In fact, he's okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
You got a little bigger than it was.
Sweet. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Ronbo, I know you got tons of people you need to get to, so thanks for my call, brother. You take care. It's nice talking to you, and I can't wait to talk to you soon, brother.
And I'll be back actually tomorrow. Yeah, and if you got time, come on back, Russ. Great to hear from you too. All right.
You got it, sir. Have a wonderful evening. Night, fam.
Thanks, Russ. Night. Hey, Brian, come on in.
Hello?
This has got to be Lily. It can't be Holly.
Hey, Ronbo, it's me, Lily.
Lily, good to hear from you again. Lily, we've not talked.
I'd like to ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
So my first question is, do you think Jimmy G goes to Cleveland or Seattle?
That's A, B. I need a C. You know
What's
what?
a better
He's not
fit?
going to Cleveland. Okay, I'll go with Seattle only because Cleveland is definitely not going to pick him up.
And my question 2 is, Ronbo, how I'm trying to think of it right now. How long do you think the 49ers Super Bowl window is open?
At least another 3 to 4 years, solidly. And then after that, maybe 5. It depends on how many players we lose between now and the next 3 to 4 years, because they're going to get too expensive at some point, and people are going to go. We're going to lose people through free agency or something crazy.
My question 3 is, what game on the schedule is the Niners' biggest challenge?
Let's see. That's gotta be Tampa Bay. And yeah, I'd say Tampa Bay.
My question 4 is, who is your Super Bowl dream game versus the Niners?
The Raiders. Nothing would give me more pleasure for the Raiders to somehow get past everything in the AFC, which is very difficult this year, get there, and Lily, let us beat them to death. I would never see a Raider fan in my chat again. My relatives, the phone would stop. I'd have to go find people. I'd love to have that.
Thank you, Ronbo, for having me on.
Oh, Lily,
Have a
thanks for
great
calling.
night. Go Niners.
Lily, good stuff. Looking forward to next time.
Bye.
Night, Lily.
Thanks, and bye.
Thank you, Lily. Bye. I guess Lily must have spoke with the entire family.
Yeah.
All right. Was she adorable or what? She was all organized and ready. All right. So thanks, Brian. That was especially special. I loved it. Emilio.
What's happening? She sounded like she's gonna be a reporter, reporter one day.
She was on it, wasn't she? Good God. Emilio, let me ask you that same question she asked me though. Where's Jimmy G going? Is he going to Seattle, Cleveland, or C? That's a good question.
Can't even answer. I done said the Giants. You know what? I think maybe the Steelers. Honestly, the Steelers are just, they're a shit show without a good quarterback.
But you know what? Did you watch that preseason game yesterday or day before? Same game as ours? Day as ours?
No, I just. Which one? The Niner one?
Pittsburgh. Trubisky.
No, I didn't watch. I saw his highlights. He didn't look too good. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Trubisky looked okay. I mean, he looked not bad at all. The guy that's been there for years looked like he needs to go. Yeah, and the rookie wasn't bad.
He looked forward.
Yeah, so you know,
I don't know. I don't know. I just, where they get rid of Jimmy, they get rid of Jimmy. I don't even care. Yeah. He's not the quarterback no more. So
well, he's leaving.
It don't even matter anymore where he goes.
Well, yeah. But anyway, what do you think about now? Womack is impressed. Tyreek Hill, offensive line.
I was watching the game earlier. I like Womack. He might be a nickel corner or something.
He's got to beat out Darqueze Dennard. But experience is going to give him the ball.
What happens,
Yeah.
I know. It looks like most of the other guys were out there. I'm like, man, there's a lot of potential, especially our defense. The defense looks tough. I'm like, man, it's just
that dude Owen Burks.
Yeah,
that dude is. I didn't know what they was talking about. You don't hear about people talking about players. You don't know what they talk about till you see it. Owen Burks is flying all over the damn field. I said, look, every play they make, Owen Burks is there before everybody else. So, we're not going to be able to keep Aziz
I've got that other guy
and Dre next year.
He was a linebacker. His last name was Ball. He looked pretty good, too.
Yes, I can see. The Hawks are watching the video. They're watching.
I had never even heard of them. I can watch.
They're going to take people.
It doesn't mean they're going to all of a sudden just turn on and become a great team.
I don't want them signing our guys, damn it. Because they're going to the practice squad. Burks, This what's his name? Ball probably going to the practice squad. We got several guys going to practice squad, and Pete Carroll sitting licking his chops. I got me some bowlers coming over the net. No, you ain't, Pete. Leave him alone. Oh, I hate that, man. Whoo.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Man, you can't get too mad. It is what it is. Somebody picks him up. You expect it.
Yeah. They deserve
we just
a
need to
chance.
worry about our starters, our defense.
Yeah, well, because we're going to keep the best. That's true. They're not going to get the best, but they're going to get something good. I just don't want to be a farm club for Pete Carroll. It just bothers me. So, you know.
I still think they're going to come in last place in the division. I don't see them even. I see them only winning 5 or 6 games this year. I don't really see them winning anything.
Because they got the same schedule to deal with as we do.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're way to. We look like the way better team. So I don't see them doing anything. I just don't.
What do you think about Kyle's
Arizona
comments?
doesn't even look.
What?
Yeah.
You say something about Demo?
Even Arizona. No, I'm saying Arizona. I don't even think Arizona's gonna be that good. I just don't see it.
I don't know
so many problems on.
I don't know what to think about them. I can't figure them out.
Ain't nothing to think about. It's just they start off hot and then fall apart at the end, like always.
What if they don't fall off this time?
That's King. Was it Cliff Berry's MO? He starts off hot and then falls apart near the end.
Get people all pumped up.
He's been doing that since college. So that one Arizona fan that I've been coming on here talking. I don't see how you don't see that, dude. He's a shit of a coach.
Walking around with them $1,000 sunglasses on at night games. This dude, I can't wait to see what happens. If we could beat them and beat them up, I'll be just so delighted. Cliff, you can take them sunglasses off, man. You are not cool. Can't wait. Woo, man. But anyway.
And I like Trey. So he looks like potential. It's coming along with Trey. I said, man, I just like how he just flicked his arm and he got that 7-6 that passed what was it, Danny Gray?
That was Danny Gray.
I said, man. Yeah. I said, too bad Jimmy couldn't do that. But hey.
One thing I did like, Kyle Shanahan did defend Jimmy in that press conference with people making comments like you. So you go right ahead and make digs. People got Shanahan, he protects Jimmy so much that one guy came in and said something. This is not a dig at your former quarterback butt.
I get it why he's defending Jimmy, but come on now, he knows Jimmy can't make those throws.
Jimmy has made that throw.
Jimmy would put all his might into it and get down the field.
Let me ask you this, and anybody else who thinks Jimmy can't throw the ball, why did he overthrow so far in that Super Bowl? You can't be weak to throw that ball past Emmanuel Sanders by that far. Just arm strength alone. Please, give it a rest.
I get that, but compared to what just Trey just did the other day, he just flicked his arm.
Yeah.
You look at Jimmy. Jimmy put all his might into that to get that ball down the field, and he overthrew it. So what does that tell you?
Jimmy just has form. It's a difference in form. We're going to see Jimmy go somewhere else. This thing about Jimmy can't throw the ball, it's a joke. Yes, he can.
If you look at some other, you can even look at Tom. Tom even just you can look at Mahomes. They just flick it and the ball goes far. Jimmy has to put a whole lot of strength in that.
Let's go. Let's go to the next point of because I ain't about to agree with this. So go ahead. What else want to talk about? How about the run game? Trey Sermon was. Is Trey Sermon going to get better?
It looks like he's doing a little bit better from what he was doing last year. At least he's finding the hole. I think what they're going to do with Trey, with him, I think he's either going to be either just be able to get like the short yardage, like if we need a first down, or on goal line. I don't think they're going to really use him on like an open field because he looks like he can only get like maybe 3 or 4 yards and then he's tackled. So that works if we want to get a first down, like a short yardage, or in the goal line. I don't really see him being super explosive. Unless he changes, see what he does next game. But it just looks like he's just like kind of what use check does. Gets a couple yards and get you a first down.
We don't need him for that.
Hopefully he turns around, but it's just what you see out of him so far.
Anyway, fourth on the
Which,
depth
like I
chart
said, we do need
as of
that,
this
though.
hour. we gotta go though, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I'll be back tomorrow
Alrighty.
though. See you after practice.
Okay.
All right, fam.
For sure.
Okay,
I'll
bye.
holler at you then. You have a
Looking
good
forward.
night.
All right, you too.
All right.
Hey, KC. Raymond.
What's up, Ronbo?
Raymond, man, we're just evaluating what happened after that preseason game and didn't know. Raymond, I know you was juiced because there was a cornerback out there by the name of Womack that was showing everybody,
Yes,
look, I'm
sir.
here to play ball, y'all. I ain't come out here just to get cut.
Yeah, he was balling. He was balling. But he played good. And there was another one out there that they keep praising that got smoked. And I was like, what are you doing out there? What's up with Mr. Moore, man?
What was that? Yeah,
Driving
he was getting
me crazy, man.
Oh, what was that guy's name? He was killing me. Yeah,
Tavares Moore.
Tavares. Not only Tavares. Oh, that was the worst of the night. But the other guy, Holland, that came over from Green Bay, they just kept throwing the ball at him the whole time. And Tavares got turned all the way around and smoked. That was nasty. Ooh, that was nasty.
When we went to the zero coverage, he got smoked for a touchdown. I'm like, oh man, we in trouble.
Man ran right by
He
him.
better not do that. He better get his stuff together.
He's out of shape, Raymond,
He's gonna be
mentally,
on my
I guess.
list.
He missed a year.
Yeah, well, he better get his stuff together. He on my list.
By next week.
Yeah, I got a box ready for him.
I mean, that was nasty. Ooh, got it, man. Tavares. I mean, you reminded me of that, Raymond. Oh, Tavares. That's embarrassing. Look what he did to you.
I was like,
oh. And Tavares is supposed to be fast.
Yeah, and then I saw a pass I ain't saw in 4 years. Down the sideline, on the money. We about to have some fireworks this year, Ronbo.
Hopefully.
There's about to be some fireworks. And just to think we didn't even have Big Trent in there, none of the offensive line players, and we was playing with a lot of the starters wasn't in there. That was good. I watched the whole game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Yep.
And
the
Danny
offensive
Gray,
line did well, but just imagine when we get Trent back. Yeah, Danny Gray.
well, not only that, you got McGlinchey coming back. You got Aaron Banks. I don't know about. I don't know who's going to play center, but yeah, Danny Gray is going to make a lot of difference. Him and Ray. Raymond,
and
you got to have
George Kittle too.
Yeah, you got to have speedsters. You got to have speedsters. You can't just throw the ball downfield. Somebody's got to be down there to get it. Trey had time. He'd stand back there and quickly just put an arc on it and threw it up. We haven't had that luxury in 4 years, like you said, or 3 years. After Marquise Goodwin left, that was it.
Yep, I can't wait, man. It's gonna be some fireworks, and the Bay Area is gonna be lit. We're gonna be lit. We gonna be lit, man. I was over there screaming and hollering at the TV. Then I watched after he left. I watched the other quarterbacks. We asked him the last one that played. Forgot his name, Purdy or something. He played
Brock
all right.
Purdy?
Yeah, he played all right. He was playing good. So we straight.
Brock Purdy was
Let me
very
probably
interesting.
go to the Giants or something.
But Raymond, where is Brock Purdy? Between Brock Purdy and Studfell, because I changed his name to, since Studfell and Purdy, who'd you enjoy the most?
Stufffield probably, man. He looked like he got that spot, but Purdy got wheels. He got a little athleticism on him. So I don't know. That's no. They probably gonna play next. I heard that Trey not gonna play this next game. I don't know if that's true or not.
It's true. Studfell, he may get a couple of reps because Kyle wants to get more work in, but Studfell and Purdy are going to be the guys. Kyle's going to be looking at Trey during the collaboration workouts between them and the Vikings.
Yeah, but we looking good, man. And Fred Warner wasn't out there. Man, I can't wait till we get ready to rock and roll. Because boy, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Whew.
Should be.
It
Looks like
fun.
it's
Our
gonna be
defense wasn't. It was a lot of missing holes that is going to be better, especially that tight end play with blocking and stuff like that. I know Trey threw a high pass, and then he threw one on the sideline that went out of bounds. I think he could get that under control, but other than that, man, it was pretty good watching the nine. I just to see that red and gold on the field, I was screaming and hollering.
Yeah, it's all
And I'm
about...
making a push for that fat head. It got to be the GOAT, man. You got to put the GOAT up there.
Which one?
On that fat head. It's only one GOAT. In the
But
whole NFL.
Joe's already up here. You mean Jerry?
Nah, yeah, that's the
Oh,
GOAT.
yeah.
Jerry.
Goat's 1A and 1B. I don't even know which one's 1A or 1B. I just call them 1A and 1B.
Jerry, you could take a poll right now. Jerry Rice got all the records, man. He need to be on that wall. That's my take. I mean, you could probably have a poll with your subscribers and stuff.
No,
who everybody vote for.
We've been talking about this for a little bit because Willis is in there. So Frank Gore was on there till he got in trouble for domestic violence. Frank, what did you do? And of course you got Steve Young.
Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice. Nobody fooling with Jerry Rice. Man. He got every record there is.
Yeah, and him and Montana were just such a combo. So yeah, it makes sense. It would actually look right if I did. So okay.
That's my bid. I'm going for Jerry Rice, man. You can't go wrong with Jerry Rice. I understand if you put Patrick Willis right there, but
I know Willis
played 8 seasons.
I need more room. Maybe I could do a smaller Willis somewhere. Put him in the middle. There's an idea.
Yeah. And then we saw somebody wearing 53. Me and my son was going crazy. Like, 53? You better. I'm like, man, Bowman ain't play that long, man, because that's what he first thinking. What's that? I'm like, man, Bowman ain't play that long.
That's true. And if you're going to go linebackers, you got to go Willis, between the two of them.
Yep. Deion ain't played long enough. He only played 1 year, so he's out. So I think it's Jerry Rice.
Yeah, Deion definitely is not. Deion ain't nothing but a mercenary. At some point, we need to realize it's okay to like Deion, love Deion, but Deion was here for the money. I mean, he knew he could get a ring with the 49ers.
We got a Super Bowl with him, so he
mission accomplished.
He got a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right, but he went to the Cowboys and all that.
I know. You can go anywhere but the Cowboys. I mean,
yeah.
If you
Deion,
man, come on,
that
man.
Was bad. Yeah. So my push is for Jerry Rice. Put him right there.
All right.
So I don't know what everybody else think, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's been some other choices,
Jerry Rice,
Jerry's definitely amongst the mix, though. So, all right.
Yeah, but you seen that bomb, and that thing was on the money. I can't wait. I ain't seen a quarterback throw that far. I'm just messing with you, Ronbo.
I know. I could tell immediately too.
Yeah, I just
immediately just did too. I'm ready for it. Y'all have fun. It ain't gonna bother me. Whatever it makes you happy.
No, I think by like week 3, you're gonna be on the trade. You're gonna be on the trade train. Boy,
I've been on it.
You're gonna be right there with us.
I have no problem with trade. All I need to do is see a couple of wins, and I will say, y'all. Jimmy who? With me, it's all about winning. And we was winning before he got here, so I want us to keep winning after he gets here too. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing.
And you said the hardest game you think is Tampa Bay?
Kinda.
What you think?
Who do you think?
I don't know about that.
Okay, think about that.
Okay. I'll let you. Yeah,
and get back to me tomorrow.
And give you.
Because I just said that because she hit me with that question. But
production up.
Okay. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow then.
All right, because I always go overtime. But all right, shout out to the production. Y'all do a good job. And let's go Niners. Shout out to everybody in 49er world, man. We about to tear them up. All right, go Niners.
Thanks, Raven. Have a good night, fam.
All right, peace.
Yeah, Lily hit me with that question. I said Tampa Bay, but I need to look down through the schedule again because the AFC West, damn. And I don't want to say Russell Wilson in the Bucks. I mean, in the Broncos. But then I look at Kansas City. Kansas City may be the Raiders, Chargers. Actually, Raymond's dude is over there. What's that linebacker? Not linebacker, but safety? Good Lord. That's going to be a tough game. Well, big show. It makes most sense to have Rice up there. It kind of does. If you're going to get the best of all time, it's got to be Joe and Jerry, huh? All right. Hey, Howard. Howard. Y'all got to learn how to talk dog.
Cool.
I know everything you
What up,
said.
big dog?
All right, man. Hey, we're
Yes.
sitting going over some.
Yes. You definitely hold on. Before you get into this, man, you gotta put the GOAT up there. Jerry Rice is the greatest football of all time, hands down.
And they have him ranked past Joe, actually. So you're right.
Greatest player ever. Not Tom Brady.
I know, right? Please. But you know, what's his name? That wide receiver from Minnesota that played for us one year. Damn, his name escapes me at the moment.
Randy Moss.
Randy comes out every 2 or 3 years, and he thinks it's a WWE match. Truth be told, a lot of y'all are confused. I'm the greatest wide receiver of all time. And everybody boos Randy. He don't care. Randy's due to come back in a year or so and start that up again. Randy was a bad man. But Randy, stop embarrassing yourself. Nobody's going to change your mind. Jerry never even reacts to it. He says something short and sweet and cute and funny.
I love Randy, man, but he needs to stop. Like, we get it. You're trying to make a case for yourself, but you're not even better than T.O., bro. That proves it.
Don't tell him that. Oh, Howard, he go nuts. Yeah, T.O. is like you got to rank T.O. If you had to, wow, we got two of definitely the best wide receivers of all time. So Randy, you might have to fall in line, bro. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, Howard, man, I'm going over some of the comments that Kyle Shanahan made the next day after he looked at the film. And he liked what Trey did. He liked the way Trey's coming along, and Trey didn't make any bad moves or anything like that. So, and then Womack, Burford. He said more about Womack and Burford than he did. He mentioned also Aaron Banks. He didn't go wild on Banks, but he did say some nice things about all of them, those particular guys. Yeah, but Howard, we talked about this a bit the other day. Is Womack going to start?
He's playing like this, man. I think this job is his, man. Right now, I think it's his for the taking right now.
Somebody mentioned Tavares Moore a minute ago. Raymond mentioned him. I thought I tend to block out things that bother me, but Tavares did get smoked on that play. It was that was mano con mano, man. That was one-on-one cover zip, and he just got smoked. Somebody in here says, you don't really get over Achilles tears overnight, over a year either.
Right.
Could that have been part of it? I've never seen anybody do that to Tavares.
It took. I mean, if we want to be fair to him, like, he's probably not in proper game shape yet, and it took Sherman a while too until he kind of knocked the rust off a little bit.
That's true.
And he started getting his groove.
Yeah.
So you got to see where he is. Probably, like, if he's still able to play, see how he is. The next 2 months, see how he is.
I gotta talk to somebody who's had a torn Achilles. I figure mentally, you probably might start imagining things. Maybe you feel a twinge, and you just think it's going to do that again. Because I imagine that's incredible pain, and then to have to go through that surgical procedure and the rehab and all, that's got to be crazy. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking, especially when you rely on a lot of speed. Yeah, that's definitely something that a person who gets a torn Achilles is definitely worrisome. Does that calf, you start feeling that calf hurting?
Ooh, yeah.
It's getting a little ache. Yeah.
Because even without that, if I feel a twinge in the calf, anytime I've ever felt that, and you feel that sometimes in the middle of a game because you're exploding off that. Every time the ball snaps, it's, and that takes a toll on muscles. It's not like a straight line run. You either go left, you got to go right, you got to backpedal, you got to do a lot of things. So, yeah, that could be scary.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully he can find himself through all this right now. So
because otherwise, Howard, we're going to depend on Hufanga and Jimmy. But Tavares has got that speed that's just so valuable. Didn't he have Tavares got a few INTs as well, doesn't he? Or is that Emmanuel Mosley I'm thinking about? There's another guy, Emmanuel Mosley. He's laying up hurt. Him and Tavares got muscle aches. Got 2 weeks. We got 3 weeks.
I think they'll be fine. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. More so Ward. I mean, we know Mosley. He had injuries last year, so but when he came back healthy, he was good, man. He was looking like he was ready to take that next step, man.
That's the bottom line almost. Howard, I didn't see our clock ran out. let me Howard, I'll be back tomorrow looking for you though. All right.
Hey man, it's a good start.
Always can't wait to hear from you. Oof. All right,
man. Take care, man.
You too, Howard. Let's go quickly to roll over to Phil.
Hey,
Phil,
Ronbo.
Hey, how you doing tonight, Phil? Phil, did we lose
Ronbo,
connection?
you there?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Ronbo.
Did you? Yeah, Phil. Hello.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, I can hear you. I can hear you, Phil. Let's carry on. I know you got some things on your mind. What are you thinking here, Phil?
Well, I'm thinking Jimmy's going to Cleveland.
You think so? Okay.
They're the only ones that really have the cap space. And if Deshaun Watson gets 8 or more games, they're going to pull the trigger.
You know what? Phil, maybe you know something about this too. I want to know if this goes into some kind of a litigation or pause because the NFL is now appealing it, right? Does that mean Deshaun, everything freezes, or do they just go on as business as usual with the 6 games that the judge gave? Which, by the way, Phil, the NFL, if you didn't want that kind of conclusion, then why did you turn it over to the courts? Anyway, if it goes 6.
But there was one sticking point. The judge said that even though he's getting 6 games, but she also said he lied to the court, which I think the NFL is going to use that to add more games to the right now it's posturing. The NFL is saying 16 games. The judge said 6 games, so it's going to be somewhere in between. So if it's 8 or more, I think they pull the trigger, get Jimmy. We get a draft pick conditionally, probably, for how many games Jimmy starts.
Mm-hmm.
And probably be a second rounder at best. And then we get the cap space.
Yeah, because I wonder how healthy Jimmy is. Can he throw now? I mean, he was throwing pretty well.
He's practicing.
It looked like.
He was at practice the other day when I went.
Yeah, he's been working out for a while now.
He's throwing.
Yeah, so I don't know. And actually, we've seen what Jimmy does when he just gets plugged into things. I mean, that's how he came to us. He just got plugged in and acted as if he knew what he was doing from day one.
Cleveland runs a similar offense to Shanahan, so I think it's a good match,
it's a
providing
good run game.
Deshaun Watson gets more games. If he only gets 6, I don't think they'll pull the trigger.
Well, Deshaun also said they're going to sue if the NFL gets their way and puts Deshaun out for an entire season. This is going to go on for a long time. So yeah, Jimmy could get
either way. It's going to be somewhere in the middle if they go to court. They're going to compromise. So if it's even in the middle between 16 games and 6 games, it's going to be 10 plus, right? So. If that's the case, I would say that Cleveland, they got too good a roster to give up on the season. And so I think they would pull the trigger, especially with the cap room they have. They have $46 million in cap space.
They've got that much left. That's what's his name? Kareem Hunt is crying about what he believes he's worth. Apparently Cleveland's going to ignore him, as they've already done. Could be interesting to see what happens there. So
the other thing I heard today that they were using Debo at running back today.
I know, right? I read that. I said, okay, see, this is funny. All that arguing, crying, and the first thing you did is got him out there to practice. He's out there running the ball.
Well, Debo, you just want to get the ball in his hands any way you can, right? If you have to hand it to him, fine. If you have to throw a short pass, fine.
Yep.
But once he gets the ball, that's when he's the most dangerous.
Yes,
so.
Indeed. And why people had a problem with that, I don't understand. Well, Jimmy can throw the ball 5 yards. Damn it. Debo does well. Just give him the damn ball. 5 yards, 10 yards, 15, 30 yards. Just give him the ball. That's all you need to do. You know? So.
And for the fathead, I say somebody on the current team.
Phil, what I don't want to
quit living in the past. I mean, I love the past, but
I know,
at some point in time, we got to get the 6 Super Bowls, right?
Okay, Phil. The thing is, I don't want to have to change it again. The problem is, current players can get cut, they can get traded. Any number of things can happen to them, right? So I'm trying to avoid that.
Well, there's certain players that already signed long contracts. So George, Bosa's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
Trent Williams. But if you put Trent up there, there's no room for Joe.
Yeah, well, right, because there's no wall space. I mean,
he is a big man, I tell you.
Trent's huge.
Even on the sidelines without pads, he looks bigger than everybody else.
Even bigger than Aaron Banks, because Banks looks just huge. So,
yeah. Anyway,
but I feel you on the living in the past thing. But yeah, if
we need a 6th Super Bowl. That's it. Right now. Now's the time. So
Phil, I'll do this.
I don't
when we do get that 6th
past.
Super Bowl, I'll pull the star from that game and put him up, a star. Okay. Yeah. Because otherwise.
All right, Ronbo. I'll let you go.
All right, Phil. Good stuff. Phil, I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right.
Okay. All right. Talk to you later.
Phil.
Bye now.
Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony. How you doing, Tony?
What's happening, brother?
Tony, man, we're sitting here going over some of the things that are going on with this team as far as the workouts and practice. Kyle Shanahan came in and make his Kyle's always so blasé about his statements, although he seemed to get excited about Womack. When he talked about Trey, it's as he expected, or as he's coming along, he's happy with his progress.
Yeah. And
he talked about his offensive linemen. He seemed like he was kind of lit up about the 2 offensive linemen, Banks and Burford. But and Trey Sermon, he was even nice about Trey Sermon. Tony, I mean, your feeling about Trey Sermon?
Trey Sermon. I suppose it's reps, isn't it, Ronbo? I mean, the more reps you get, the more confidence you gain.
No, I'm talking about Trey, quarterback Trey. I know the running back Trey Sermon.
Yeah, running back Trey.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how many reps? How many reps has he had? Like, how many games has he played? He's been injured.
That's true.
So, I mean, you look at Dracula, right? I call him Dracula because we've never been able to get rid of him. Dante Johnson. He seems to bite the coach at the end of the year, and they just call him up. He's on speed dial. And he was horrible a few years back. We were all calling for his head on a chopping block and this and that. Constantly. But rep after rep after rep, he gained some confidence, and now we can sort of like say he's not too bad, Yeah,
it took him a long time to arrive to the level he's at now. It's true.
Yeah, so that's sort of like an example I want to use there. But it was impressive. All the quarterbacks got over the line. My thing is, 49ers have got their favourite players. And you mentioned Womack. I just don't want them, when they make the team, obviously the preseason is to sort out the rank and file of the rookies.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't want them to put Womack somewhere where Pete Carroll's going to snatch him off the bloody
that's why he makes the team.
Or something like that.
He
you know what I mean? That would kill me.
Yeah.
And these guys have got their favourites like McGlinchey and Dracula and, all these other guys. And, McGlinchey's tweaked something already. Something's wrong with him.
What?
And Kyle, Mr. Shanahan, went on some podcast there and left a what if, just in case his job's on the line again.
Wait,
He said that.
Tony, are you talking Shanahan or McGlinchey?
Shanahan. Shanahan went on a podcast and left the door open again on what if. And he said on that podcast, he admitted that he wanted Mac Jones and he had to choose between Mac Jones and Trey Lance, and he chose Trey. So to me, that's a what if, right? So he's covered his ass again.
You know, Kyle
that's
does
no
that.
Good for Trey.
Yeah.
You know, it's no good for the boy. You know, like, just commit yourself for Christ's sake, Kyle.
And also,
just
Tony,
get behind the kid.
And it's no good for us either, because we're sitting here wondering, when he denied it emphatically almost, no, it was always Trey. Kyle, now we're finding out you lied with a straight face that day that just said that. You were thinking about everybody accused. They had you right. Everybody, all of them had you right when they said that you were going after Mac Jones.
Well, we know that 6 years he hasn't won a Super Bowl at the 49. That's a fact, right?
Yeah.
Now, we know that on draft day, they even went as far as to go and try and see if Aaron Rodgers was available.
You know.
So maybe if they said yes, maybe Aaron Rodgers would be throwing the ball in this preseason game and not Trey Lance. You know, we don't know what would have happened.
I know, because he won't tell the truth. Listen,
Exactly.
Tony, if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, and a lot of fans are probably going to be, if we don't, he's going to be searching for a quarterback again next year. This is going to be what the 49ers do each and every year. Guaranteed.
Look, let's see how the kid performs. You have to give him at least 2 years, I would
Minimum.
say. All right,
Well,
but
two. Well, it ends up being 2.
year, yeah. In the first year, you want him to at least get close to or make it to the playoffs. You know?
And that's as much as you should. You should set the bar there.
That's how confident. Yeah, that's how
least.
confident Kyle is. So based on Kyle's confidence, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not going to throw the kid under the bus after the first year. I mean, we've seen what's happened to famous quarterbacks that have made it in the league that have struggled for more than 1 or 2 years. I mean, there's people. Here's a stat for everyone, right? There's people there that talk about Jimmy this, Jimmy that, Jimmy this. Okay, Ben Roethlisberger won a Super Bowl with a quarterback passer rating of 22.8. Now, if that doesn't tell you that this is a team game, I don't know what does.
Jimmy is going to get blamed until next year. Now, here's the thing. This window's only going to stay open for about 3-4 more years solid, because you got a number of players that are going to be at a level of maturity where it's not going to be as easy as it is now, right? So this is the thing. That window's not open that wide. It's 4 years solid. So that's why Trey walks into a situation where he actually has to perform right now, because the 49ers were winning before he came. Now, you can't start losing now. So that's why it's going to be really a lot of pressure on him and Shanahan. So it's going to be interesting.
That's why he left the what if door open again.
I bet you're right. I didn't think about that.
All right.
Tell me that.
Because before it was Kirk Cousins. Oh, I didn't get Kirk Cousins. I thought, Jimmy, I'll do what we can do. I'll do that. Now it's I chose between what's his name and
Mac
Trey.
Jones. Yeah. So yeah.
Mac Jones and Trey. So the door's left wide open, so he doesn't lose his job.
Or gives himself an excuse.
So I think they're
Anyway.
going to catch up to that sooner or later.
Tony, we got to go. I tell you what, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll go over what goes on in practice again today, tomorrow. All right?
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone. See you in the next chapter. And we're looking good. We're looking good.
Yeah, it's, we're looking as good as we should look at this point. Looking better than we should at this point in the season. So we're okay. All right, Tony. Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Night,
Cheers,
Cheers.
mate.
Cheers. And let's go check out area code is 510. Well, last time we were at 5:30. Now we're at 510. Hello, hello. Who's this on the phone? Ow. Okay, we'll come back. There he is, the Cowboy fan himself. It's Austin.
What's up, Ronbo?
Austin, I thought about it yesterday, and I felt bad because I said, the Cowboys got penalized more than any team in the since the 49ers played somebody, 17 flags. Austin, are Cowboy fans starting to realize that Mike may be having a problem? Anytime that your team is out there getting flags like that, even if it is this time of year, it usually reflects on the coaching and his discipline area measures that he takes in camp. What are you thinking, Austin?
Ronbo, more than anything, I'm just ticked off. 17 penalties? 17?
That's a lot, ain't it?
Talk about not discipline. I don't know if I don't know what it was, but we need to stop it right there. Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, Kellen Moore, we need to get it together, guys. Come on. Mm-hmm. Let's get these penalties down. Let's be efficient. Mm-hmm. Defense. Mm-hmm. I know it's preseason. Offense, I know it's preseason. But let's cut these penalties down so we can play some winning football. That's where I stand on it, Ronbo. We need to cut these penalties out. Yeah, and some of them are just stupid penalties.
Oh yeah, that's again. It's Mike McCarthy, and if he hasn't got control of that team, it may be mutiny on the bounty. Maybe they're trying to get rid of Mike. Maybe they don't like him.
I don't know, Ronbo.
It's kind of scary. Nobody's seen that kind of just not even close to what you should look like after this many months of practice. That makes no sense.
Ronbo, it's like we didn't want to try. Like we had one penalty where we hit the guy and he was already out of bounds. And I'm like, he's halfway out of bounds.
You hit him.
Once he's I understand you want to be physical, but when a guy's halfway out of bounds, common sense should kick in, but don't hit him.
Anyway, Austin, if you got any standouts out there that everybody should be worried about, because
Dante Fowler Jr., former Falcon, he had a sack on Saturday night. Even caused the fumble. Okay. He looked good.
So she got a Grizzly defender, huh? Who else?
Trayvon played a couple snaps. He didn't look too bad.
Yeah. Did Dak play?
Yes, he played a couple snaps. Yeah. He played a drive, actually.
Yeah. How did
he went 3 for 5 and 50 yards.
Touchdown?
No, he didn't get no touchdown. Zeke didn't play, and Pollard didn't either. Our backups were in.
Yeah, so you know what? Maybe that explains a lot. In our case, that's probably why you had all those flags. Most of those guys are probably not going to make the team anyway. So it could be just look at the numbers. You read about these things, you wonder what in the world, and that must have been it. It's always about the drafting and who you bring into camp. We've had years like that where guys came in and you're wondering where they came from and why they're here. So maybe that's what you guys are going through.
Yeah, Ronbo, I heard you all talk about that Achilles injury.
Yeah.
Those are some serious injuries, too.
Especially for a football
player. I could see why he's a little skittish, because all it takes is one back step and you can re-injure it or sprain it or do whatever to it. Mm-hmm. So in that case, I kind of give him some slack.
And it's a mental thing, too. If I'm thinking about my foot rather than playing, you're going to start to imagine things that might not even be there. His doctors always tell those guys when they leave, it's probably stronger now than it was before you tore it. if that's true, then there's really all mental more than anything else. So, but yes.
Yep, Ronbo. I appreciate you for your time. I know you're a busy man, so I'll let you get to it.
All right,
I look forward to seeing you again. God bless you, and go Cowboys.
Thanks, Austin. Good luck to you. All right. We'll talk to you later. Hey, Steven. It's Steven and Rome's time.
What's happening, Rom?
Steven, man, we're sitting here combing over some of the things. We're sharing things tonight. And again, the Kyle Shanahan, Tony brought up Kyle. I don't know why Kyle had to go on a podcast knowing we were all going to find out what he's thinking like that. He does that every year. He does a podcast. It's like the year he was going after Stafford. Now we're hearing about, well, I was struggling between whether I wanted to pick up Mac Jones or Trey Lance, but in the end, I picked out Trey. Kyle, this is the kind of information you could have kept in-house. We all heard about it, but you wouldn't confirm it. Why? You could have left us to wonder about it. Because remember that conversation came up, Kyle Shanahan seems to be struggling. Some of the people in the front office are going to have to convince him not to pick up Mac Jones. You know what I heard that? Come on, man. That kind of information doesn't leak. How'd you guys make that up? They didn't make it up.
Ronbo. I have come to the conclusion that Kyle Shanahan is very much like Slim Shady. Because you got to have a little controversy. Because you feel so empty without me. That's exactly how he is. He's like, I feel so empty. Let me go ahead and start some shit. He's always about his controversy.
We're going to change his name.
We're just going to call him Slim Shady. Yep, just call him Slim Shady. But let me say this. So far, Mr. Irrelevant, I've called it, and so far he hasn't let me down. Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, actually looks better than Nate Sudfeld, and I mean better than Nate Sudfeld as in he should be a definite second string behind Lance, and that if Lance gets hurt, God forbid, I trust Purdy more than I trust Nate Sudfeld. Like, I full 100% trust Brock Purdy with first string offense than anything Nate Sudfeld could do.
Could be interesting, because
and that's off of one game.
Because one's going to the practice
if you
squad.
look at how it's going to be Nate Sudfeld, 110%.
Yeah, because
it's going to be Nate Sudfeld.
You're right, because if you put Purdy on the practice squad, I do wonder if people will get over that Mr. Irrelevant. The problem is he's not tall. And that's the only reason why he was Mr. Irrelevant. His height.
Ronbo. You know who else ain't tall?
Russell Wilson.
Murray. And he's actually kind of
that man is
Wilson
tiny.
Too, Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Russell Wilson.
Kyler Murray's
small.
tiny.
Yeah.
But you know
at
what?
least Wilson's built like a brick house. I mean, Wilson is strong.
Yeah.
But Kyler's not.
Kyler's not. He's built like a small, 4-year-old kid who did some bad shit and his parents are chasing him around the yard. That's exactly the same vibe I get when I see him run and scramble. He looks like a little-ass kid running away from his parents.
I like what you're saying about Purdy, though. You know what? Purdy looks like he's very cerebral. He knows what he's capable of. I saw him do, it was kind of interesting what he did. And I love the way he looks out there running around in the backfield. He looked really comfortable.
He was really
you could see him searching the field, looking for his reads. He was really, I was impressive.
And you know what, Rumble? This man has an axe to grind with every team in the NFL. And this is why I'm like, you don't think he's going to be his best in preseason to get out of practice squad? Yeah. Man, his competition is Nate Sudfeld. That man looks like he just doesn't want to participate in anything.
Well, Sudfeld is doing the best he can. He's I don't know what this. He looked better than I remember in this game. Last time I saw him, I wanted nothing to do with him, but he didn't look all as bad as I remembered last time. So they've done some things with him. He's not as bad as he was last year. His decisions.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think it's the same. He hasn't changed one bit. Maybe that's because I hate the guy, but it's like it's really hard to like him especially when he got let go from Philly, and our QB situation at the time was really bad. So I'm like, I could care less about Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah.
I will always think Rosen was a better pick.
Yeah, but Rosen can't find a place to stay either, though, which is really strange. So I don't know. We're going to say, I just hope that the Trey stays up all year. That's the thing. Let's not have him have to come in and substitute. Period.
Yeah. Well, honestly, let's also talk about our offensive interior linemen. Justin Poe. Who else? What was the dude that got injured last year? Aaron Banks. Let's talk about that. How good he actually kind of did.
Yeah.
Surprised me.
Yeah. They said they were doing some things with him. Maybe that's the result.
It was. I mean, it caught me off guard how good Aaron Banks was doing. I mean, really, like, especially with Justin Poe, that dude. I can't get enough of him. I can't get enough of watching him. How good he was out there, and that's just his first time taking snaps. Now, in order for us to even be remotely comfortable against the Rams defense, we got to have those two really stick it up, man. Like, we have to have them in practice go against Nick Bosa, Aziz Al-Shaair. We got to have them, like, shit, I'd say, personally, in my opinion, if you want them to get what it's like, a taste of what it's like to go against AD, shit. I'd have them go up against Trent Williams, just have Trent Williams run at him. Trent don't even need any panic. Just go after the rookies. Because
we don't have anybody that's Trent Williams is in a class by itself. Burford looked pretty good on the right side too. I think he's going to beat Brunskill out for that spot. Brunskill's got an injury right now, mysteriously. All of a sudden they're showing Brunskill's got a hammy. What? Really? I guess Burford looked better than we even knew to the coaching staff.
Oh man. Burford and Justin Poe, I have absolute confidence in those two. And I can't say that about last year's draft picks. I mean, really, last year's draft picks looked good on paper, but in terms of actual playability, they didn't look good. Now, Trey Sermon, the thing surrounding Trey Sermon, I got to say, Ronbo, I feel like he's going to get knocked down. He's
got to do better. We cannot put him in there just because of his draft position. He's got to show he earned a spot higher. He did not play better than JaMychal Hasty. He did not play better than TDP. So just stop this babying him. He's got to do better.
And that's the depressing part, Ronbo, is that he didn't play better than TDP, and TDP was mediocre. But you can't really ride him that hard because this is his first year in the NFL, in NFL ever. Yeah, this is his first year, so it's like you can't really hate him.
Well, still got
for Trey Sermon to come.
Yeah. Steve, we ran out of time. I'm gonna be back tomorrow though, and see what the workout's like tomorrow, and we'll talk more.
All right. And then to finish off your question earlier, I think Jimmy G might go to the Browns. I have a good feeling. I have a really good feeling he's going to go to the Browns.
We have to settle that case in Cleveland soon too. All right, fam. You and Rome. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Ronbo.
All right. Night, Steven.
Have a good night.
You too. And Fly Guy.
Rumble.
Fly Guy. Yeah, we're going over some of the things that Kyle was talking about after he went over the tape. And, I'd love to be in a room with Kyle and just to hear his candid thoughts on certain things and see what he has to say about, because when coaches are by themselves and just talking, I've already actually eavesdropped on that back at school. And I said, coaches say some really bad things about players on their own team. So anyway, Trey Sermon, Kyle said good things about Trey. He says Trey is fine. He's working on some things that we ask him to. He's doing better. He's hitting the hole a little better than he used to. It sounds like they're talking about somebody that they didn't pick up as early as the third round, And I'm looking at JaMychal Hasty getting things done. JaMychal Hasty's not going to be able to give you a whole season. He's going to get hurt. And Tyrion Davis-Price, who just got into the NFL, it was between him and Hasty that did all the running yesterday, right, Friday. And it's kind of a worrisome thing to hear Kyle talk the way he does. Are you one of the people that does it? Kyle talks and says things, and you find out later he didn't mean it.
I don't never listen to Kyle. Kyle always misleading. Because remember back in a few months ago, he was like, "Oh, it's a scenario Jimmy just still remain on the team." So what happened to that scenario?
And if he's with us, I expect to come out and practice.
Yeah. What happened to that scenario? Now, it can't just go out there and just say, like you said, sometimes he'll say something and then go home and be like, did I just say that? Kyle crazy, man.
Yeah.
But
or like Steven just called him, he's real Slim Shady. You just got to keep something going.
From a human being thinking, can you do you imagine why a team would keep a player for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Just to get a pick?
And just say and good night in 2 weeks. You would be on the same page. I don't argue with people about this because they get all upset, but it makes no sense. What are you doing, Niners?
Why would you want to wait for 2 weeks if a team know you're gonna wait for 2 weeks to cut him? They're gonna wait for 2 weeks to sign him.
Right.
So it just don't make no sense. If you're gonna cut Jimmy G, you would have cut Jimmy G.
Right.
What I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I told everybody that what 49ers are doing right now, they putting the ball on Jimmy G court. Now, right before the season starts, they're gonna call Jimmy G and say, "Hey, you didn't find no trade, and Trey is a starter, so we're gonna have to let you go, or you can take a pay cut and we keep you as a backup." That's what they're gonna do, because they would have been let Jimmy G go.
But see, they should have asked him that a long time ago, because Jimmy's not gonna accept that. He's gonna say, "No, thanks."
No.
He is.
Ronbo, trust me. Let's say 3 days before the season starts, no team wants you. You're gonna be cut. So now you gotta offer for like $9 million, $10 million to be a backup. You're not gonna take it. That'd be the dumbest.
But you know what? He doesn't have to take it with the San Francisco 49ers. He could go. Jimmy is not anywhere near as bad as what we hear from 49er fans.
Listen,
so you know what? He goes to another organization. I don't know which one, but he'll go.
No, it's the offer that counts. So that means I have an offer here for 10. So I'm gonna say no, I don't want it. Cut me. Now I'm sitting on the bench waiting for another offer.
Yeah.
Come on, boy.
Well, yeah. Okay, maybe on that day he listens to it and says, "Okay, I'll get back to you." And then he goes to find out if he can get paid more. And if he can, he'll for sure leave.
I believe the best thing for Jimmy G is to take that pay cut, stay on the team, and we'll tell him what's gonna happen. You can still get a chance to play, and you prove yourself. Hey, look, y'all was losing. Now, look, it's still a good chance for him to prove himself again. It's like 49ers don't want to cut him, but at the same time, they don't want to pay him that 27. They want to get him at a lower rate.
Yeah, which makes sense because, if you're not going to be the starter, you don't need starter money. But if I'm Jimmy, and I heard him say one time he wouldn't wish this situation on anybody, especially himself. So he is, as soon as they tell him goodbye, Jimmy's out of here, you'll see a vapor trail behind him. I mean, he is gone. And he ain't going to want to entertain any offers from the 49ers because he wasn't given a chance to compete for the starting job. And obviously they made up their mind who they want. And that's it for Jimmy.
If it's up to Jimmy, he's going to take the pay cut because, Ronbo, I'm telling you, there's no way you're going to be out of work. The whole year you're not going to get paid, but you can still get paid $10 million here just to drink some on the sideline.
But come on, man. I guarantee you somebody will pick Jimmy up as soon as he's released. They're waiting for it. And you know what's so really bad? Pete Carroll will pick Jimmy up in a heartbeat. I don't know what they would offer him, but Jimmy ends up in Seattle. I think the 49ers know that, and they don't want it. So, it's really this game they're playing is just really, I don't get it.
So y'all forgot about when the owner said, what Jed said, we can see Jimmy just stay on the team, even if it's getting paid 27. Y'all forgot that? Come on, man. Y'all forget quick. I just want to give Jimmy G an opportunity to go get a trade. If you can't find a trade, then we're going to offer you a pay cut. If you don't want that, then you be out of job. That's it. So what Jimmy G going to do? oh, I'm gonna be out of job, he's gonna take the pay cut.
You know what? You might be right. Because unless he's entertaining any other phone calls, you might be right. He might take the 49er offer.
Jimmy G staying on the team is a distraction to take Trey Lance. The only reason they got Jimmy G on the team still is because they not gonna release him for real. They want to show Jimmy G, we're gonna release you. Here, you free to do whatever you want. Go find a trade, whatever. They know he's not gonna find a trade at that price. He's not gonna find.
Somebody said he has to make their 53-man roster. So if another team adds him to the 53 and they give the 49ers something, I don't know. It's very complicated at that point after he gets released. I think the 49ers get a compensation pick. I don't think they have to. The other team has to give them anything.
We have the money to keep him, so
I don't know about that.
It's only right to keep him because most people out there saying if you cut Jimmy G and then you end up not making it to the playoff, then you just went back. You just went backward.
That's true. And the thing is, it's still a distraction. If Trey's out there struggling and he's looking over his shoulder all the time, and Kyle, you know how Kyle is. Kyle, yeah, he'll put Jimmy in a heartbeat in. So
yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Kyle know he needs Jimmy G to win. So he don't want.
At least that's the way it's been, huh? It's going to change this year.
Yeah, he's trying to see, can we bring Jimmy G back at a lower rate? So
Maybe.
Jimmy G,
right.
In 3 days, we're going to give you an offer. Take it or leave it. That's what's going to happen.
Well, if you're right, I'm going to say, damn. you was right. Anyway, we got to go, fam. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, God. This Fly Guy's he's always coming up with something. I can't imagine that, though. I'm going to wait till the last day. We didn't get anything for you, Jimmy. We tried. Adios. I can't imagine. That is just weird. You could let him go 2-3 weeks ago, last month. You need a deal. I understand you're trying to make a deal. But still, at this point, it makes no sense. 510 area code. Hello. Hello, 510. Yeah, because people think that Geno Smith and Locke, Pete Carroll get rid of one of them and bring Jimmy in. Maybe they'll get him in there, and then people think, yeah, Jimmy, let him go over there. We like it. We can. Shit, you don't want that. I'm telling you, don't. Hey, Bethel. Bethel.
Oh, now they got me muted off. No, okay. Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel. So we're going over some of the comments Kyle Shanahan made about some of the guys on the roster. He likes Womack. He likes Burford. He likes Banks. And he even said some nice things about your favorite guy and mine, Trey Sermon. See, Bethel, I got to tell you, I'm starting to worry about Kyle. When Kyle speaks, I don't know anymore. I used to think Kyle was like the kind of a guy that just doesn't talk or make things up. Kyle does keep people in the dark. I don't know when he's telling the truth.
Yeah, he's always doing. It's like the time where he said that his wife wanted a house, and he told her that he didn't like these things about the house, and he was only playing around, and his wife took him serious. Yeah, if you want the house, we'll get it. It's a nice house.
He even clowns his wife.
Seriously.
God. Kyle is just scary. And let's think about him going to you don't need to go to a podcast, Kyle. Yeah, I did have to make a choice between Mac Jones and Trey Sermon. Kyle, you know what? Everybody said there's no way that Mac Jones is on your mind. Now you get confirmed that it was? Because I thought everybody was right. There's no way Kyle's going after Mac Jones. I was with everybody else. Man, it's either Justin or Trey. Because Zach and everybody else is out. And what did he do? Yeah, it was Mac Jones. What? Really?
Kyle, he always says things that he's supposed to not say, and he does things for a reason too sometimes, because if you seen in the game, there's a reason why he didn't put a lot of the starters in there, because now you could show that Trey could play with anybody, that he could do anything with anybody.
Could be.
Because if he would have had Debo, George Kittle, if he would have had all these people in there, then people are gonna say, "Oh no, he looked that good because look at all the starters he has. Look at all the star power he has," and he didn't have all that. So now you can't say that.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
So, yeah, and then plus another thing that kind of showed everything is that look at all the people we signed. They all made some good plays. Our secondary, I remember people were mad that we're not getting a lot of takeaways. Look at, we got 3 takeaways
from a new kid, Womack.
Yeah,
Womack.
from a new kid. Yeah.
Who got that third INT?
Yeah.
Who got the third INT?
Yeah. Number 40.
Was that Orrin? Burke? Was it the linebacker? Oh, I know. The guy says dash. His last name is blah 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 dash go. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, those guys are. Jimmy Ward called it his secondary. Yeah, we got named Pick City, and Jimmy said that. Everybody, oh yeah, okay, Pick. We'll see.
So imagine that with Nick Bosa
McCrary.
And
thanks, Josh.
So
McCrary made that INT.
Yeah. So imagine now our secondary is going to be good, and then our fourth front is going to be really good. So our defense is going to be really good.
Hey,
they're going to be a dog.
Ask our offense; they're dealing with them every day.
Yeah.
But that's good because now they'll look like they looked against the Packers. The Packers had no idea what was going on out there. And the 49ers offense just came at them, did anything they wanted to do damn near.
Yeah, it was funny because I was watching a little bit of Packers fan watching the game, and he started yelling like what his team is doing and stuff like that. That shit was funny.
Listen, I just hope the first game against Chicago, we're gonna get a real measure of just how devastating this defense might be.
Yeah.
We just can't be we can't struggle. Because we did have a problem with the run yesterday. I noticed they were running on us a little more than I wanted them to, but we didn't have our run stoppers in there either, though. So it's okay.
Yeah, that's why we're testing our backups, and see if they're in there with the number ones or they're in there with whoever they're in there, then they could do the job. That when Kinlaw is out, they could do the job that acquired from them. And that's going to decide if they're going to be in the 53 men or not. Also,
because we might have a problem.
That's going to make their job easier.
Yeah, because we might have a problem at safety. I'm going to wait for Tavares more, but I needed to see him if he's going to get beat. I need to see him get beat in a different situation. What I saw Friday was frightening. He just walked right up to you and ran past you.
Like that either.
You didn't even. There's no physicality involved or anything. You just turn around and start chasing him. Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't. At least if you're gonna get beat, at least touch the guy, do something so he won't, get that far out there.
Yeah, especially with his speed. Tavares is one of the fastest guys on the team. Anyway, I'm sure he knows what he did, and he'll be better come Wednesday, whenever we. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, but it's our first rounders were not out there. So,
this is why you can't make whole full scale judgments just yet. We got to wait. But anyway, week 3. We got to go though.
You've seen the videos, Trey Lance, getting the ball for our rookies, a wide receiver or that, being a good, leader. I thought that was, actually pretty, cool about him doing that.
Yeah.
So, like George Kittle did it for him, now he's doing it for him, leading by example.
That's how you do.
So,
Yes,
that's
indeed.
something cool to see.
He's going to develop even further, too. He should be rock solid as far as that goes shortly. But I tell you what, I'll be back tomorrow, and let's see you then, okay?
All right, Ronbo, like always, great show.
Thanks,
Hit
Bill.
the like, and let's go Niners.
Indeed. Have a great night, fam. We'll check with 510 one more time, and then let's call it a night on that. 510, hello. Hello. Okay, let's not do 510 anymore, please. Okay. Hey, Jerry. J-A-A.
Bravo. Hello.
I thought I heard water running.
Yeah, it's my AC.
Hey, Jerry. So, like, I'll sit there going over some things that Kyle Shanahan said after Friday's game. He went over the tape and he looked at some things and made some comments. He liked what he saw from Womack. He's pleased with Trey's progress. And he also likes Womack. Womack may be everybody's favorite guy in this game because his he came up with some great plays. PFF rated him the highest player. And then, of course, Burford. And so, did Kyle miss anybody out there? And Trey Sermon, he said some good things about Trey. Are you happy with Trey and how he's coming along? I need to see him look a little better, a little further ahead of the rest of the guys than he's looking. But what are you thinking?
Who? Trey Sermon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In that short yardage, he got us like 2 first downs in first short yardage, right? I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, he. I think he has to. I don't know. Stop like. I think he does too much jump cuts. I think. To be honest. Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan's offense is plant your foot. Once you make up your mind, plant your foot and go. That's all you do. Just look for that crease, hit it. You made up your mind, explode.
Nah, but I think he's gonna be fine. I think he'll be fine.
Okay, so can he beat out? Are you going to get rid of JaMychal Hasty to keep Sermon? Are you going to make TDP sit down and start Sermon? Because he's a lead back now, from what it looks like. Just by
Sermon
seniority.
does look like the lead back because of Elijah Mitchell's injured, like always. Ronbo clearly.
Yeah.
But it sucks that he's injured. But let's see until week 3 of preseason, I guess, because that's
he's
gonna.
got all the time in the world. I hope he steps up.
Yep.
But
hopefully he does steps up before he gets cut.
Yeah.
Something
that rhymes. Because seriously, if I'm starting the game tomorrow, Jay, Hasty and TDP would be starting, and JaMychal would be in reserve if anything goes wrong.
Yeah, we're probably going to draft another running back in the 3rd round next year.
Not in the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jay, probably if this doesn't work, they'll go up to the 2nd round to get a running back now.
Oh my God! I don't even think we got a 3rd round, do we? I don't even know, but whatever.
I don't. You're right. You're right. Not now. We don't. We might before the season ends. If Jimmy could grab a 3rd or somebody else. But you're right.
Didn't I think Jimmy's gonna go to the Browns probably, to be honest, because I think
we got to wait to see how long Deshaun Watson's going to be missing. If Deshaun Watson gets a long sentence, then maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But I think the Browns traded they got a 5th for what's it called, Baker Mayfield. I'm pretty sure. I think they're gonna give us a 5th or something like that.
Oh yeah, just keep that pick moving. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. They're going to use that 5th round pick on Jimmy if Deshaun Watson does get, suspended. I think he might get suspended because, the league wants to, look like the good guys. Probably.
I know.
Let's be honest here.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
because they're trying to.
They let the judges, they try to make them
Make them the bad guys.
Put more time. Yeah, they try to make them put more time on his suspension, right? So.
Well, yeah, and the league didn't know they were going to go that short, apparently, because they came out protesting 2 days later, right? As you guys, you gave the court the authority to make a decision on this case, and then you come crying later that you don't appreciate the sentence. Well, then what the hell did you do that for? In the first place, they said Roger Goodell had way too much power. You cannot make him the Lord Jesus in the NFL, right? So then they said, okay, well, we're going to turn it over to the public system. So, now it didn't work, and you guys aren't happy. Well, you're just back to square one. You're doing what you did before you did that. It's stupid.
Yeah, but about Samuel Womack, Ronbo, I think he's going to be our starter because he has the upside and he runs that 4.3. He has that 4.3 speed. That's why he's going to be our starter, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure he has that 4.3 speed. I said it a couple of months ago that he had that 4.3 speed, so I think he's going to be our starter. And in our offensive line, I hated when Trey literally got sacked when Justin School went in the game. I hated that.
Hey, that's right. We did have one sack. I was trying to think. They didn't sack anybody. They did get one.
Yeah, Justin School. I don't know. We need a right tackle who's at least good. Good enough, just in case Mike McGlinchey is out. Yeah, probably.
Did you hear a report about Mike McGlinchey today being hurt?
I didn't hear that. I heard what's it called, Brunskill. He's going to be out for like 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard somebody just said Mike McGlinchey is talking about. Tony thought it was hurt. Maybe not. Mike might be just out for whatever reason, but I don't think he's hurt.
Kyle did say that Mike after the game, he felt like he felt weird or something. I don't know what. Something like that, but.
You know what? We cannot afford any offensive starters, linemen. Anyway, Jay, we're going to go. I'll be back tomorrow.
One last thing.
Real quick.
Did you see Trey slide, Ronbo?
Trey was even bragging about his slide. That's the first time he's ever slid.
He's going to be a dual threat, Ronbo. Be careful. He might, run on.
No, Trey did the right thing. I'm glad he slid because this ain't North Dakota. All right, fam. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, 808 area code. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Ronbo?
Yeah, doing all right. Waiting for this season to get started. Can't wait till next week to see what looks like against the Vikings. Who is this?
This is Gammon.
Gammon? Hey, Gammon.
Yeah. Oof. Man, I kind of want to fight a lot of your callers, and they're all like, it's like they're all third string callers. I'm not gonna lie. How you do this without coffee or shots of Fireball, Ronbo, is beyond me. It's like they were drunk watching the game a few days ago, and then couldn't wait to call into Ronbo Sports, just be placed on hold for 45 minutes backstage, and then when they're finally on the air, they deliver an uneducated take. It's been solved using Google. I'm just kind of exhausted listening to all of them, but it'd be amazing if I could take a few calls and. I have all these well-prepared points made, but I honestly feel like the Lord is talking to me right now, and He wants me to help these lost callers out and put them back on the right path. But my goodness, there's just so many calls and just a lot of stuff to correct. I don't have nearly enough time.
Take a crack at it. We'd love to hear your particular perspective.
All right. Well, I'm just going to go quick, and then. If anybody wants me to, I can expound on them. One caller was thinking we can't trade Jimmy. We can only trade Jimmy Garoppolo to the Browns because of his salary. That's a red herring. Okay, that's first and foremost. We've already seen multiple examples of quarterbacks being traded already this season where they had to restructure their contract. There's no more guaranteed salary on Jimmy Garoppolo's contract. So basically, we can do whatever we want to with this contract. That's why we can cut him, trade him, whatever. The next thing too is like people are, quick to dismiss Jimmy's trade value. Well, that's because we're looking at it from a 49ers fan's perspective, not from a business perspective. Now, I'm not saying that we are going to be able to trade him. I agree that the market is quite low. But if we look at it from a business, right, the evaluation from him evaluate him as an NFL starting quarterback, which last time I checked, that's a pretty big deal. Now, what does the potential deal look like for Jimmy? What are motivating factors for a team to do this? Well, firstly, Jimmy nets a 4th or 5th rounder. How worse? Let's say the Browns do end up trading for Jimmy with the intention that he is on a 1-year rental. Well, the Browns then would receive a 3rd rounder in the form of a comp pick the following offseason once Jimmy Garoppolo leaves the Browns. And essentially whoever the heck picks up or winds up trading for Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get an upgrade on their 4th or 5th round pick due to the comp pick rule, just to help salvage their team's season, all while having Jimmy G playing on a reduced contract. That's number one. Brock Purdy, every single offseason, it never ends. There's going to be one star standout wide receiver who does extremely well against 3rd string, 4th string competition, and they look good. Well, yeah, they're playing against non-NFL talent. Brock Purdy, I'm sure, looks athletic for that individual, playing against guys who shouldn't even be in the NFL, playing against like actual NFL linebackers with closing speed. I'm sorry, no, he doesn't. He was Mr. Irrelevant for a reason. Some of those calls about Purdy unseating somebody who's been in the NFL.
Sudfeld.
The other thing too is, look, yeah, Sudfeld, and I love that new nickel corner. But there's a reason why we have. This is about player evaluation, right? They're playing against the most vanilla offenses and defenses. They're not having to worry about twists, stunts, disguising, right? The defenses, like Purdy's just seeing very Purdy-looking defenses for him to have to go after, right?
I gotta remember
so
that.
when he's
Purdy defenses.
Yeah, and also too, the depth of our 49ers team is far deeper than a lot of other teams. So by the time he's rolling out there with the 3rd string against 3rd string, yeah, he's gonna look elite. You know why he's got to roll out? Because he doesn't have the arm strength to stand in the pocket and deliver it like Sudfeld. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not completely satisfied with Sudfeld or Purdy. If you're asking me which one I want, that's like asking me, do I want to eat shit or drink piss? Like neither of them are, exactly like a satisfying, thing to do. But good Lord, I'm going to let you handle the next callers. But Jesus, your willpower and strength to handle this is beyond me. Callers, step up your damn game. At least be a rotational player on this thing.
Kevin, that was very interesting and solid points. No, Kevin, a lot of times we do get a lot of callers that they're not really well versed, but it's all about just allowing this platform is allowing people just to go ahead and get things off their mind. But you appreciate it though. That was very refreshing, and it probably puts some people mentally. They're probably thinking, "Wow, I didn't know that." So good. Gavin, anytime. Okay, Gavin already left. And, there's, first of all, and one thing, Gavin, that should be clear to everybody. If you think your opinion about Jimmy Garoppolo is going to determine his future, you probably shouldn't put too much stock in that. Don't be disappointed if it doesn't come out that way, because he's right. It's not about how you think he sucks or how I think maybe he's good or anything else. It's going to be done from a business perspective and what can be the benefits for that team, how they can go forward with it, and what's going to happen later. So, hey, yo, Ellis. Ellis. Sometimes. Hey, Shabazz.
Ronbo.
Shabazz, come on in, man. We're just combing over some of the things that Kyle Shanahan said about the play from yesterday after he looked at the film the following Saturday. And what are you thinking? Did you hear about some of the things he said?
Yeah, I did, and I'm not particularly focused on anything except the one thing that I had the concern for this offseason, and what everybody was concerned for this offseason. The O-line.
Yeah, no, that's...
Aaron Banks
Aaron Banks, hold on, Ronbo. Let me read this to you. Hold on now.
I'm listening.
Hold on. Give me a second.
All right.
Give your boy Shabazz a second. Shout out to everybody out there, all the faithful, who was ready to throw him away, who called him a bust, who was just being real mean and ugly. And Baldy, he had 15 pass block snaps with 0 pressures, no sacks. Now, that's pretty good.
Are you talking about Aaron Banks? Are you talking about Burford or Banks?
Yes, right. No, Banks.
Yeah.
Those were Banks' numbers for the team. Okay? Because we was all hyped because we saw the Danny Gray play. But my biggest concern with the rest of everybody was the O-line. And I said, and I've been saying Aaron Banks is a sleeper. Just like I called that shot out, Ronbo. I said, Shanahan is going to put one thing on tape. He's going to put a deep pass to that young receiver. And now when he get on the field, every safety and every cornerback has to respect Trey Lance's ability to stretch the field. And you got Debo not getting double. You got Ayuk not getting double. And you got Kittle not getting double. I can't wait for the Rams or somebody to be foolish enough to load the box up on Trey Lance. Woo!
It's going to change that narrative.
It's going to be like Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can't load the box up no more, Ronbo.
For the last 2 years, I've been trying to understand in the draft while Kyle Shanahan was doing what he was doing, and I'm not sure if we needed a running back at number 3. Kyle, you know your offense functions best with a speedster. So this year he finally got one. I said, you first came to San Francisco, you brought Marquise Goodwin because you know you need that element for your offense to work the way it should. 2 years, 3 years later go by, he won't do it. I said, this is – Big Show and I have been crying about this forever. So this year he finally says, okay, maybe I should get a speedster this year. So I said, things could have been a lot easier. Even in the Super Bowl, Kyle, think about if you'd have had Gray. Danny Gray would have not – that ball that Garoppolo threw past Emmanuel Sanders is not that kind of receiver. But Gray would have caught up with that. So, it's just amazing. But finally he did see the light, and he's done it. So we're good to go.
Yes, we are. And I just think with him, with Womack, and that other kid, that linebacker, I hope the 49ers don't play combo.
Wait, you hope the 49ers don't what?
Cut them or stick them on the practice squad.
I know. You could protect a couple of players a week, I understand, on the practice squad. There's some guys that you just don't want. It's like Gammon just pointed out. They're playing against a competition that's not really fully revealing. But that's what I wanted. That's what I really want to see is fundamental skills, and some of these guys are showing it. Oren Burks, to me, was very fun to watch. Womack, very fun to watch. So whatever they're doing, and coaches always come right out and say they've got some things they need to work on, but we like what we see. And that's the bottom line on some of these guys we're getting excited about. And this is the way it works.
It is, but Womack is going to be the nickel corner. So
yeah, because I don't know. Well, it's been around for a while. We'll see what happens to that. If I had to bet, though, I think I might bet on Womack. I know you've already done it, Shabazz.
No, I ain't got that bet in, Ronbo. I ain't got that bet in, but I do have my bets in already for the season. So
yeah.
So, but I definitely feel good about what's going on, and I think they won't make that mistake like they did last year with that linebacker we let Denver grab, because a lot of people, Ronbo, that we know that's names on this roster ain't going to be there, like the Demetrius, all these other linebackers. A lot of these guys that's been here, we're going to let go a lot of these guys that's been here. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, because Oren Burks.
And I know you like Jermichael. I know you like Jermichael Hasty, but either him or Jeff Wilson getting cut. So y'all better figure out one of them gone.
I know. DeBoss, I couldn't bet on that either. Because JaMycal Hasty, he looked good last year in preseason. As a lot of players look good in preseason, JaMycal Hasty's problem is not his ability to play football. His ability is to endure the rigors and pain of the NFL. He got taken out every year he's been with us.
That's why I said it's either him or Jeff Wilson. Because I know y'all don't care much for Trey Sermon, but the 49ers is not cutting Trey Sermon. And they're not sticking him on the practice squad.
Shabazz, I was wondering where you was this line of defense was going. Shabazz is Trey's attorney, and he's letting us know right now he has come up with all the evidence we need. Trey Sermon will be on this roster in 3 weeks. Shabazz, come on back. We're out of time. This production's pointing out to us. We're having too much fun. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right?
All right. I'll check you tomorrow night, Ronbo.
Night, Shabazz. And you know what? The 49ers picked him up in the third round. Trey Sermon, the 49ers are trying to nurse him. This is the only thing that's bothering me. When Kyle said the things he was saying, I could see right now they gave him a little pad. They wrote down some of the things they want him to work on. You know, with a running back, the only concerns I have with that, running backs is about the most natural position on the field. You either have it or you don't. Every running back that's ever been good came into the league usually from the first possession and demonstrated, yes, I belong here. And there were those who demonstrated they did not belong here. So we'll see with Trey Sermon. Ellis. I mean, JaMycal didn't have to come in and have no training. Jeffrey Wilson didn't have to come in and have any training. Nobody handed him any notes and things we need you to work on. Tyrion Davis-Price doesn't look like he needs any tutoring. I need for Trey Sermon to show me something next week, or else I'm just going to stop talking about him. I'll let you talk about him because, hey, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, good to hear from you again. How you doing?
Good, man, but I just got to start off with one thing. Bro, remember when we got Trey Lance and Kyle Shanahan at the press? Oh, yeah, no doubt that was the option. No doubt. Yeah. It was Trey Lance all the way.
Yes.
And now, oh, yeah, well, I was going to pick Mac Jones, but it's like, come on, Kyle.
No, Kyle, I'm with you, Hayden. I used to believe in Kyle. I worshiped him like a God. Now I know Kyle is just like everybody else. He may not always be telling the truth, or he's speaking out of one side of his mouth. You know, because when he said that and revealed that, I was blown away. Really, Kyle, we heard some reports coming out of the front office, but every one of us said, "No, he's not." Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
really?
Mac Jones, no way.
Even
that was true.
His friend Chris Sims was telling people over and over, I know Kyle likes Mac Jones, and I'll state, tell me, I think he did say he stated his reputation on it. And then what does Kyle do? I don't tell Chris everything. Oh.
And then a year later, he's like, oh, yeah. And then, like, with the Trey Sermon thing, I'm like, dude, oh my God. Third round, that's a third round running. I feel like he cuts so much, but goes nowhere.
No, this is the thing about Trey.
Hasty is better. If they cut Hasty over Sermon, I don't know what. I don't.
Well,
no words.
The thing is, honestly,
what do you think? Do you think? Don't you agree though? Hasty release now is better than Sermon.
Hasty does have more skills, especially for this offense.
I like Hasty. I always like Hasty.
He's going to get hurt though, and all the running backs are going to get hurt. It's a matter of how long are they going to be out. So,
I know.
Yeah, man. I'm still perplexed.
But why does everyone got to be injured on the Niners? Like Jason Verrett, he's injured, so they're injured. Like
first game,
Kittle, we know he's gonna get injured somewhere in the season.
Hey, call it right now. How many games is George gonna miss this year? I'm saying 3.
3 or 4. Because dude, it's like but he'll play through it. Like a normal tight end will get injured like Kittle, they'll be out the whole season. He'll play through it, but that's not the point. Then he can't be as explosive as he can normally be.
Fortunately, he does other things besides that. He's a great offensive lineman helper.
Well, I know the run blocking. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Well, yeah, because we have McGlinchey as our tackle. So we need a little bit of help.
Yeah, we have some hidden issues. Not even hidden issues anymore. We have some things.
Yeah, they're not hidden anymore.
Yeah, no, we have.
We're kind of.
We got some things that are frightening as 49er fans. We've grown to expect them. I know that certain people get hurt every year. And
well, at least in the press conference, Kyle was like, "Well, I don't really know what to call for Trey Lance." Remember that last year when he came in for the
with the Cardinal game. Again, I'm sitting there thinking,
Yeah.
sometimes you say things you should probably keep to yourself. That reduces the confidence we have in you.
Yeah, like, let's tell the fans, hey, I don't know what to call for this guy, but we're working on it.
What is
Didn't you draft him?
You've been working with him for how long here? How many weeks? Kyle, he has brain freezes, blanks all of a sudden that he says things.
I feel like he doesn't know what to say. So he's just
and even if he says it, he doesn't apologize.
Yeah.
Or my favorite is if he calls a play like he did against the Hawks that year when he called that Wildcat play, and later on he says, "No, I'd call that play again." Kyle, he'll never lose face in front of the media. No, I'd call that play again. Michael McGlinchey failed to do his assignment or something like that. And I said, Kyle, if you guys don't have that play down, I don't know that you should have called it. So there are times when he does things.
No, he thinks he's right all the time. He thinks he's right all the time. That's the problem. He never thinks he's wrong.
Well, to be fair, the majority of the time he's right. Some of the things he does, though, that bother me now is
just
confessing
there's some
to
things
things.
that, yeah.
Yeah, just stop telling people,
Yeah,
Kyle.
because it's like, okay, just, that whole Trey Lance and Mac Jones thing bugs me. Because if you're gonna draft a guy, so you don't really, so this is what this is. Trey Lance, this thing a failure, right? He'd be like, well, I wanted Mac Jones.
He set it up. No way. Hey, I didn't even think
That's
about
what
that.
he's gonna do.
Somebody said that earlier. Kyle's already given himself an out. I thought he meant giving himself an out. He's got to leave or get fired or whatever, right? Because if he's talking like that, in the back of your mind, like mine, you're thinking, Kyle, you're not losing faith in Trey, are you? Because you're talking about how you thought about Mac Jones.
I just don't get if you want to draft a guy, but you're like in the back of your mind, I wanted Mac Jones. Like, so then why'd you get Trey Lance?
I hope the reporters ask him about that later too. Anyway, hey, we got to go. Good to hear from you again. I'll be back tomorrow.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, looking
I'll
forward
be
to
back
it.
tomorrow.
All right, Aiden. Have a great night.
All right, later, Ronbo.
Later. No, seriously, fam. Kyle's got to stop saying things. Just don't say everything to the media, Kyle. And don't go on podcasts saying these things because you embarrass the entire Niner Empire. Big Show was right the whole time. Chris Sims was right the whole time. The majority of the media was right the whole time. And a lot of us called those guys liars. And now look. Oh, hey, Casey.
Ronbo. Let's ride.
Yeah. Casey's alluding to Russell Wilson and his iconic sudden burst out of his mouth. Let's ride. Casey, come on in, man.
The corniest man in the NFL.
Well, he is corny. He's always said things like that. Remember that time he said that Jesus wore a Hawks jersey? Made me so mad. That was the year that they won the Super Bowl, and I was livid.
Is Jimmy Garoppolo on Seattle now, or?
Well, a lot of people. The thing is, Casey, try to figure out what is going on with that. You don't need to keep Jimmy. Somebody said, well, they don't want to get rid of Jimmy now because the Hawks will pick him up and they'll have time to work him out.
I was saying because you said Russ was he said Jesus was a Hawks fan.
Yeah.
Jimmy Jesus, man.
Yeah. Russell said that. And we said it with no shame.
Hey, Ronbo, I've been kind of waiting for to meet up with a friend here, and they just got here. So I'm gonna cut it short tonight.
Okay.
I'm gonna say thank you, production. And does Brunskill do anything great? No, but shout out Brunskill. And
somebody put that on Twitter.
shout out the caller. Shout out the caller that has a problem with everybody too.
Oh, Gavin. Yeah.
whoever that was.
Yeah, Gavin's
nice
a sharp
of you
guy.
to show up tonight.
Yeah.
It's a family show.
Yeah.
And what else do I have to say, Ronbo? Yeah, that's about it. Okay, I gotta go, Ronbo.
All right.
Later.
Casey.
Have a good night. Happy Sunday, Reverend Ronbo. Thank you, man.
Night, Case. And besides, when a chat has Love Chat 1 XYZ, best adult dating site, who comes in and makes it drops in on us each and every time. We've blocked him, and he's got numerous accounts. He's got an app that gives him a new account so he can continue to conduct his business. I don't know why he wants to do it here. Do our people look like a bunch of people that are interested in this type of thing? I have no idea. Hey, Alice. Production people think they're reaching out to Jimmy Garoppolo. I hadn't thought about that. Jimmy's not on in the chat though. Hey, Alice.
Ron Bizzle.
Alice. So you know how we gravitate from one thing to another during this show. We start out trying to go over some of the things Kyle Shanahan says, and somewhere between the beginning of the show and now, Kyle Shanahan has lost some of his integrity. So I don't know. Some of the things that he said, though. What are you thinking?
What are you talking about?
Well, okay. Number one, Kyle,
loss?
Okay, let me bring up Steve real quick. The first, Kyle Shanahan said that he thought that of what he liked. He saw Trey Sermon's coming along fine. He didn't do anything wrong or didn't make any big mistakes or anything like that. He went on to say that also he did enjoy what Womack, especially from as far as his guarding and out there going through what he should be doing as a cover corner. And also he likes Burford. He likes Aaron Banks, and then he also likes Trey Sermon, of which you may have heard Shabazz came in and took up for Trey Sermon, even though some of us think that Hasty is a better running back. And then now we're finding out that Kyle has went public with the fact that, yes, I was struggling with whether I wanted to go with Trey Sermon or Mac Jones, and ultimately I picked Trey Sermon. And remember that came out of the front office, and somebody says, yes, Kyle Shanahan's going to have to be persuaded not to pick Mac Jones. Well, see, a lot of people thought that was a lie and a joke, and somebody's just making things up for clicks. Come to find out, that may have been extremely true. Anyway, any direction you want to go with this?
Well, I guess, Kyle's, I don't know what, Aaron Banks, I guess there was no pressures allowed or something by Aaron Banks.
Yeah, Aaron Banks had a great day.
So, that was good. So at least, he wasn't full of shit saying that, he likes what Aaron Banks is doing. Trey Sermon, I didn't hear or see of Trey Sermon doing anything, really spectacular. We need running backs that are going to make plays and that are going to hit holes. And when there aren't holes to hit, they're going to make a way. You know what I mean? You got to kind of be versatile. You can't just be dance only. You know what I'm saying? You got to, he's got to have a little bit of both. And if you're going to dance, make sure you're actually moving and going somewhere.
Forward, yeah.
But Trey Sermon, he's winning full speed into his own teammates and shit, in the game.
Doing the Carlos Hyde.
In a live game. Yeah, real Carlos Hyde-esque. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a good thing. And so, we can't have that. And I mean, he might do really well for another team. Somebody's going to pick him up. That's for sure. Seattle would love him. Seattle would love Trey Sermon right now.
Alice, you really think he's going to get fired? Not fired. You think he's going to get cut?
I mean, what's Kyle going to do? Is he going to try to stash Jordan Mason and hope that that he passes through waivers? He's going to get snatched. Jordan, let's say this, then be looking for Jordan Mason to be picked up by somebody and be thriving immediately. We'll be seeing him probably somewhere in our division. If he's going to get put on, if he's going to get put, you know what I mean? If he's not going to make the squad and they'll try to pick him up after waivers and all that, yeah, that's not going to happen. Someone else is going to snatch him up.
Pete Carroll will pick him up because Pete Carroll loves running backs. He's got 2 solid ones now. That backup they got behind, what's his name, looks pretty good. If he had a third one, because Pete Carroll goes for running backs like we do.
Yeah, somebody picked up Austin Walter. You know, Austin Walter moved good with the ball with us, and I think he got picked up by somebody in our division, if I'm not mistaken. But he did get picked up by, I think a rivalry of ours or something. I can't remember who the hell it was off the top of my head. But Austin Walter was good. And I'm just throwing him out there because he looked good playing for us, and any running back who looked or even played for us, even if the guys didn't really look that good, they're going to get picked up.
Because of the coaching.
I would much rather have, I think, Mason over Trey Sermon, if I'm being honest. But I'm not totally against Trey Sermon. I just haven't seen shit or heard anything that was like, okay, we got to keep him. I just haven't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't care either way. We got to make sure we keep Jeff Wilson. I don't want Jeff Wilson getting cut. I know he's got the injury problem, so I think that's the only thing going against him is that his injury history. That's what I'm worried about with Jeff Wilson Jr. He gets hurt too damn much. We need him to stay healthy, because when he's healthy, shit.
God, he's
that's our second. That's our second. Well, that's back number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Behind Elijah Mitchell. And if Elijah's hurt, Jeff Wilson's number 1.
Yeah.
A healthy Jeff Wilson, he's number 1.
He was last year.
I
remember Elijah went out. Jeff was taking over. Yeah.
He looked great. So I mean, I just with the running back room, it's a little shaky. I don't know what they're going to do with the wide receivers and the stuff with Trey and Mac Jones. I mean, he obviously had 1, 2, or 3 quarterbacks that he's going to choose from. Let's not act retarded here.
But you know what? The thing is, why did he could have mentioned Justin Fields, and I think everybody would have stopped tripping. But as soon as he said Mac Jones, and Mac Jones was the most 49 fans just really want nothing to do with Mac Jones pre-draft, right? And Chris Sims was saying, and all the media was saying, Kyle Shanahan is pretty much going to pick up Mac Jones. And then, of course, everybody was getting crazy, and it was between Mac Jones and Trey Sermon, or Trey Lance. And then, of course, when they picked Trey Lance, everybody, as you could hear the exhale across the planet, right? So it's funny that the confusion that everybody thought. From now on, when Kyle speaks, so I'm gonna wait. I am. I'm done. I used to believe in everything he said, but I don't trust him.
Nah, he's got the poker face. Kyle stays with the poker face.
No.
He's got his moments where he wants to be honest, and he will be honest, or he'll kind of tell a little bit of truth, but not too much.
Yeah,
Well, we got to look at the facts. You know what I mean? We know the type of quarterbacks that he likes. I was surprised he got Trey. I'm glad that we got Trey. That was who I wanted over Mac Jones, just because I wanted something different than the stationary. I mean, it's the next Tom Brady. I mean, we need 17 years worth of fucking football to be able to actually support.
Well, you're right.
Him
and Mac
being the
fits
next Tom Brady
that he usually likes. As so far, he looks like Cousins. He looks
absolutely.
Like Jimmy. He looks like everybody he's always liked. Matty Ice. These guys are all the same. But the fact is, he acted like, come on, man. I'm looking at this. I want a guy that looks like Drew Brees and can run like Lamar Jackson. That certainly ain't Mac Jones. So what are you saying that for, Kyle? No, you didn't.
I think it was a call. I think he was being real, and maybe his instinct was telling him to get Mac, but the influences from others, and then the part of him that wanted to have something that was a little more you know, a little more modern, like a newer age, a quarterback, like he said, a quarterback that can run like and throw like. You know, I think it kind of, because it's weird if you think about it. Zach Wilson and Justin Fields run a lot more than Trey and Mac Jones. Trey and Mac actually share that stationary pocket ability. Trey just has the added ability to run and make plays off schedule and with his feet, but he's in the pocket. That's even with throughout all this time. Nobody, they're always saying he remains in the pocket. He's still looking for the pass. It's like the last resort for him. Justin Fields will take off and run. Zach Wilson will take off and run. And you can see that they've been doing that a lot of the time. Not saying that they can't throw in the pocket, but I think they move a lot more, are more susceptible to running than from what I've been seeing. Definitely more than Mac Jones, obviously, but Trey as well.
They were off the table though. But else we got to pull up. I'll be back tomorrow for Monday Night Raw for the first time in a long time. Looking for you. All right.
Yeah, that's a bet. All right, Kelly.
Have a great night.
Peace and love, man. We got. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. We got a lot of stuff to be thankful for and to look forward to. I'll tell you that, Ronbo. I'm not feeling out. We got to keep that McCrary. We got to keep that one kid, McCrary. We got to keep him. I know he's undrafted and all that, but if we put him on the practice, we try to stash his ass on the practice squad, it's a wrap. Yep. And that boy's a baller.
I tell you, him and Owen Burks,
that boy's
man.
a baller. We got some players, man.
All right, fam.
Yeah, but all right, fam.
See you
Peace
tomorrow.
and love.
All right.
All right.
And it's Bryant. Bryant.
Hey, Mr. Ronbo, how are you doing tonight?
Doing fine. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, loving it.
It was
excited.
Lily was just a ball of fun too.
Oh man, she's been thinking about calling in for a while. She's like, "Yeah, can I call in?" I'm like, "Well, if you're gonna call in, you better ask some really good questions." So she sat there and thought about it, and she's like, "Hey, and let me look over it."
Those questions on her own, all right. You didn't help her out with that, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
awesome.
She asked me a couple different ones, and I was like, "No, don't ask him that one. Ask him this one." And she started. So she's great. She really is. Very blessed to have her. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing that she did practically. And first off, I want to give you a shout out. You know, you are one of the greatest out there. I know there's other shows that go a little bit more in depth when we go to talk about 49ers, but you've always had this platform where we can come in and we can say, hey, you know, and maybe speak a little bit more emotion than maybe necessarily football facts or football knowledge. But shout out to all the callers that call in, because some people do. They know football a little bit more. They know the schemes. They know the breakdowns. They are actual coaches. You know, they played football for a long time. So, you know, and then we got other fans, maybe more like me, who just call in and, you know, maybe I'm a little bit more like a homer, but I know a couple things. So shout out to everybody that calls in.
And you're right. This platform is for the everybody who wants to say something about the 49ers. And that was my original plan from the beginning. This is not ESPN. It's not the NFL Network. This is for the 49er fan. So, yeah.
I've always loved it when you refer to your station as your channel as the Red and Gold Radio, because to me it's like the greatest radio show. We get to call in and we get to talk, and then sometimes you'll have multiple people talking, and then there's other times where everybody gets sound effects, and there's people
blame TNT for that. Yeah, they started that a long time ago.
Yeah. All right. So really quickly, because I know it's late. I'm going to get you honest opinion. We don't have to hold anybody to anything, but let's break down the season real quick. So out of our division, do we sweep the Seahawks or do we split them?
Brian, between you and me, we have the same feeling about the Seahawks. And in fact, my whole fears were renewed watching them play just the other day. Now, granted, their offense just sucked. But their defense was decent. I said, God dang it, I am not relaxed yet. Because on paper, they have no business dealing with the 49ers. Personnel-wise, we dwarfed them, Bryant. They've got no way they should be beating us. But they were supposed to beat us last year either. And so these things, I don't know what's going on with that city versus San Francisco. But I don't see us sweeping the Hawks this year either. What was my other choice, Bob? You said sweeping the Hawks, or anybody in our division?
We're going to break down the division really quick, so we'll kind of go fast. So with
1-1 with the Hawks.
1-1. Okay, that's what I'm going to. Okay, and now what's the Cards? What do you think about the Cardinals? Are we sweeping them? Are we going 1-1? They taking it to us?
When do we play the Hawks? I mean the Cardinals. We play them early, or what time of the year do we play them?
We play the Cardinals around like week 10, and then we play them again at the end of the season.
We're going to sweep them. I'll go with a sweep on them.
Yeah, I believe we sweep the Cards. I'm actually more confident with that. I believe we sweep the Rams. What about you?
The Rams seem to have a dilemma developing in Los Angeles. If Stafford is indeed in trouble, and they've already lost one of the best tackles in the league, we're going to go back to beating them again. Let's go sweep them as well. So the only team I'm still concerned with is the Hawks.
The Hawks, yeah, me too. So we'll split the Hawks. I agree. So all right, let's go to our old division opponents, the ones that used to give us a pain in the ass. Saints, Panthers, Falcons. What do you think about the Saints? They come to our stadium this year.
They're
not
okay.
the same team. They don't have Breeze anymore.
Yeah, because what's that wide receiver they got? I understand. Let's see if he stays healthy. Can I give a toss-up for anything?
We'll give that. We'll give you a mulligan. You can have a couple of them because we're not holding you to anything. This is just fun talk because this is what
when you bring it back later. Yeah, I just want to be able to say we can recall this later, and I can say, "Hey, I was right on that." Okay, I'm calling that a toss-up. Okay, give me the next one.
All right, Panthers.
We'll beat them.
And Panthers is good too, Caroline. We beat the Panthers. I believe so too.
And that's because Mac is not going to be playing. I already know. But go ahead.
How about the Falcons? I'm going to say the Falcons are going to be one of those teams that could beat us. I'm not going to say they beat us, but I'm going to say that's the team that gives us a pain in the ass.
The thing is, it's time for them to finally emerge. Now, I don't know if Mariota's going to be the starting quarterback. That secondary quarterback, how many mulligans do I get? I'm going to toss up on that one, too, because just like you're saying, that's that dangerous game where you make too many assumptions and you get beat. And I made some assumptions that year we played them and got beat. And I didn't know we were supposed to go. Brian, we were supposed to go 14-2 that year at the Met. It's too late. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. All right, so let's jump to the AFC real quick, and we'll bounce around. So we got the Rams. Not the Rams. We have the Chiefs, we have the Raiders, and we have the Chargers. How do you feel about the Chiefs? I think we beat them.
How come?
I don't think they're the same team without Tyreek Hill.
I'm going with you on that too. Okay, we'll go together on that one. Next.
All right, Chargers. That one's a nervous game for me.
Yeah, damn. These are really tough.
Now, if I get a mulligan, I want a mulligan the Chargers game.
We're going to lose to the Chargers only because of that linebacker, that safety they've got. If he plays, it's going to be really difficult for us to get anything going on. And they've already got a tremendous offense. Yeah, that might be an L. Okay, next. Raiders?
Yeah, Raiders. I'm thinking we're going to beat the Raiders.
Yeah, I do too. Just on general principle. And of course, finally, you've got the Broncos.
Yep.
Right, listen, I'm gonna stick. We're gonna beat the Broncos. We're sick of Russell Wilson, and we're beating them.
Yep. All right, so now we got the Dolphins, the Bucs, and the Commanders.
Okay, because we're running out of time. Dolphins.
Yep.
We beat the Bucs.
Yep.
We're gonna lose that one. Commanders will win that one too. That's 2 out of 3 though.
Yep. And the Bears. What do you think? Week 1, the Bears.
We'll win that.
We don't always do good week 1.
Yeah, don't tell Mike I said anything. We're beating the Bears though. We gotta go though, Brian.
All right.
I love
Thanks
it.
again for having
That's
me on.
fun
I'll
stuff.
follow this up. I'll direct message you later. And hey, Faithful, thanks for calling in. And if you never called in before to this platform, call in because this is one of the truly best platforms out there. One of the longest 49er YouTube platforms out there. So once again, thank you, Ronbo, and thank you, production. Have a good night.
Thank you, fam. Appreciate you. You know that, Brian. Hey, give my best to the rest of the family too. Talk to you later. Lawrence V. Yeah, Derwin James is very terrorizing in my mind. You just don't know where he's going to come from. He's going to come from the edge. He's out there covering passes. He's just a one-man wrecking machine. The reason why the Chargers, they've got that frontline defense now that's been bolstered to an unreasonable level, and you add Derwin James to that mess, oh, my God. The Chargers are probably going to win that division, honestly, if they don't get hurt. You got Joey Bosa. Is that Chandler Jones next to him? Or or what's his name from Chicago? Hey, Tony, good time. Tony!
Good evening, Ronbo. How are you?
Oh, I was fine until Bryant brought up some realities to me. You know what, Tony? I'm telling you, that AFC West. Who is that playing opposite Joey Bosa in with the Chargers? Is that Shaquille?
Khalil. Yep.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil. Yep.
Oh, and then Derwin James on top of that. And don't they have a couple other good players too on that defense?
Well, they got a lot of good players. Nasir Adderley, who was their second-round draft pick 2 years ago, he's their starting free safety. They also have that defense is, oh my goodness,
Oh,
gonna be tight.
Oh, you know what?
They got
And they may be the best in
they got
AFC
J.C.
West,
Jackson.
so that's saying something.
Got J.C. Jackson from New England, the best corner in football, Pro Bowler. J.C. Jackson at one corner. Asante Samuel Jr. Remember his dad played. He was their second-round draft pick 2 years ago. Is the other corner. I already said Nasir Adderley. Oh, they got Kenneth Murray, their first-round draft pick 2 years ago, at inside linebacker out of Oklahoma. They got a good team.
I mean, we ain't even talking about the offense. So, you know, that's
Their
going to be
first-round pick this year is Zion Johnson out of Boston College, their guard, the best guard in the draft. And you know they got left tackle, their first-round draft pick last year, Rashawn Slater, who made the Pro Bowl as a rookie.
Rams, you know how they make jokes about you guys ain't even the best team in L.A.? Listen to the truth. It's being told. You guys can't beat the Chargers. Hell, I don't even know.
You know, they're their own worst enemy, Ronbo, because the Rams got a good running game, but they want to
They
throw.
don't use it.
I know. They want to throw.
They might
They're
have
gonna
to.
put pressure on Mr. Notebloom, who's supposed to be all world.
You know, they may have to, though, Tony, because, like, if the Golden Boy's arm is hurting, what are they going to do? You going to continue to make him throw the ball? You going to put more stress on that elbow? And you got a decent running game if you want to use it? That running back is pretty good. I never wanted to admit it, but he can play. He got hurt last year.
I get it, but you know, McVay, maybe he's got an ego.
Oh,
Suck it.
good.
Get it, yep, keep throwing it.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna get your quarterback hit too. They lost their backup defensive tackle. They was carrying them off the field. Bobby Brown, the third. I liked him too out of Texas A&M. He's their backup defensive tackle. Though. I don't know the extent of the injury though.
Are we talking about the Rams?
Yeah.
Because I don't even know who this guy is. Yeah. See, the Rams, if they get injuries this year, it would be fitting, right? Because every year McVay has made sure that his players didn't do anything in preseason, workout or otherwise, unless they're working out in a padded room. And now, if they got injuries, that'd be pretty ironic that they're supposed to come back to defend.
They don't have the depth that the rest of us have.
That's what I was getting ready to say. They're top heavy. What are they going to do now? So the Rams end up going to the bottom of the deck. I'm going to just love it. And that you could forget about Aaron Donald returning next year if he does. Donald probably signed a 1-year contract because he was thinking about retiring this year.
I know. Hey, Ronbo, I was watching y'all's game.
Mm-hmm.
I like that undrafted free agent y'all got, Ronbo, that Donovan West, the undrafted free agent out of Arizona State, the center.
Could be a center, yeah.
Hopefully he can win that backup spot for you guys. He played pretty well.
Because Brunskill playing center does not intrigue me. And now it looks like Burford's taking a spot on the right side of the line as far as guard goes. But I want Brunskill, when he's healthy, to be that guy that I can bring in because he's serviceable. He can come in, he can fill voids.
Sure.
But I don't want to have to depend on him.
Yep, and depth is, like you always say, depth is key.
Yeah.
Y'all drafted the offensive lineman this year.
Wait a
Burford?
minute. Yeah, Burford. We picked up Burford in what round? I forgot what round we picked him up. Yeah, that was interesting.
Fourth
I think
round.
we picked him up kind of fourth round, yeah. So
Fourth round, 6'5", 295.
and he's athletic. Burford's not your typical big stomach offensive lineman. Burford is built powerful. And Poe looks big, but he is solid. He's not tall, but I've seen him getting leverage on dudes.
I was watching him He was very impressive. I've never heard of him.
Came out of nowhere. He probably didn't. He's probably one of those long shots that probably people told him, yeah, it's too bad you're not a little bit taller. You know, I don't know if you're going to be able to get into the NFL. And Poe says, oh, okay, let's see. He was getting leverage. He was sealing off. He was doing a lot of great things during the course of that game. Granted, he wasn't playing against top-tier players, but I want to know if he's got technique. I want to know if he knows what he's doing. He does. And he looked good.
He's nasty. And they showed a couple of replays in slow motion. Ronbo, that pole dude can get to the second level. You know how you chip the one guy and then go get the linebacker?
That's what I was talking about.
That,
he's athletic with all that size. Mm-hmm. And at his height, it's not a disadvantage. I think people misconstrue. 300-plus pounds at that height, it's like trying to deal with a fire hydrant running at you. It's going to be tough.
Exactly. Y'all still got y'all fifth-round pick from last year, Jalen Moore, even though I haven't heard anything about him.
I forgot about him until you mentioned him, Tony. Oh, God, what happened to Jalen Moore?
Yep. Fifth round, Western Michigan. But y'all got dealt.
School's leaving. This is not his style anymore. I don't think he can handle it. Yeah. You know what? We're going to lose some. McKivitz is probably going to make it. And we got some interesting choices they're going to have to make an offensive line. We've got defensive linemen for days. I don't know where we're going to be the heaviest. I don't know if they're going to make allotments for the defensive line to carry a little more personnel than usual and cut back on another unit, or how they're going to go about doing this. The offensive – in the trenches, you don't want to be slim. That's why some of those wide receivers we got – And Tony, did you see some of the guys we got playing linebacker? I really don't know why they're going to do this. Woo! I do like me some Oren. But that dude, he's everywhere. The 49ers know they're going to lose.
That's a good problem to have, too.
Ain't it? But Owen Burks cannot get cut. And next year, we're going to lose either Dre or Al-Shar, it seems the way they're talking now. So that's a competition going on between those two. So if you look at a guy like Owen Burks and even McCrary.
Just spot him right in there. Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Reigns and poise.
I think Green Bay is going to be in y'all's way. I was looking at the NFC, what I thought about the NFC, because I really think Tampa's getting old. These young teams like us and other teams are going to hit them.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're going to struggle, but I think Green Bay, I'm not going to say be a problem for y'all, but they'll be in the way.
They've been the toughest in the NFC.
Green Bay's gotten better defensively.
You know, Tony, you know about – because you got a better look on Nollins than we do. Is Nollins going to – they got Michael, what's his name, back. But how long will he last?
Slant Thomas, I'll never call him Michael. It's Slant. Slant Thomas.
And they got the quarterback situation. I guess they're not. Yeah, they're not going to.
His 30th pick against us in 2019, the last time we did That's the record.
How do you throw 30 picks in a year? There's only 17 games.
Yep. He's an exclusive club because he had like 33 touchdowns. The 30-30 club, he's the only one there till this year because Stafford going to join them.
I know Stafford. Oh, man. Anyway.
But Ronbo, I tell you this, with Nollins, because it happened to us after Kyle Shanahan left, they are going to struggle offensively because Sean Payton was the offensive coordinator and the head coach calling the plays. You know how it is when another offensive coordinator comes in
and starts switching things up.
You heard it here first.
Excellent
They're
point.
going to struggle.
Excellent point.
They were
you know
already
what?
complaining about their game against the Texans. Then we scored 13 points yesterday.
Let me holler at Bryant real quick. Bryant, change. We're winning against Nollins. I forgot about that. They've changed the offensive instruction. They're not going to look anything like Peyton had them looking.
Famous Jameis is going to return to his old self because remember he was doing better. You even said it. That's because Sean Payton was there. Sean Payton is gone.
And remember what Sean said when he first got there, Tony? Well, I'm not going to have that. We're not going to have that. He meant about Jameis throwing them up in the 20s and 30s INTs, right? So, and then Jameis, did he get the glasses that year? That was funny because they showed
think
that
so.
him getting the glasses. A quarterback
You know,
that can't
Sean
see
Payton
is
saw it.
dangerous.
Yep. And just like Stafford, you and I talked about it. Jameis Winston is who he is. Peyton is no longer there. Watch what happens.
Tony,
I was
always
telling
too
a
much fun to
Saints
go around the
fan-
league with you. But hey, we're out of time though, Tony. I'll be back tomorrow though. Looking for you.
Yeah. Quick story, real quick. I was messing with a Saints fan earlier tonight. I pissed him off.
Yeah.
I said, well, we're just going to sit back and play zone with famous Jameis. And since Sean Payton ain't there no more, the ball going to come right to him. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I wish a Saints fan would come in there now. I'm waiting for him.
Yes, sir.
Wait. Joe Chaz, the Bay is Raiders Nation. Did somebody tell Joey Chaz that the Raiders have moved to Vegas? Tony, I'll see you tomorrow. Right?
We'll talk tomorrow because I didn't know you hated the Raiders as much as you hate the Seahawks. I saw you in the chat the other night. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
You do, because the Raiders. There's a long history with me, family, and other people that just get on my last nerves about the Raiders. This has been going on for 2 decades. Tony, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk about some more. Okay.
Yeah, you said on the chat, you said, I'm calling y'all Oakland. Y'all will always be Oakland. And I was cracking up.
They will be,
I'll see you
too.
tomorrow.
Yes, Tony.
sir.
Well, y'all Raiders, boy. I mean, the Hawks just became irritating after 2013. The Raiders bothered me way before then. Fam, anyway, hey, thanks for coming to the show. And tomorrow, let's see what happens on Monday night practice and see what they look like. And then we'll take a break until they get back into Viking territory. But anyway, fam, and don't forget to subscribe, please, and hit that like. See you tomorrow. Night.